Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Ishmael Abdul Rahman. Man. All right, we back. Now, this was a requested show here. So I'm sharing it to those who requested it. And y'all need to share it also. Let's go and share it. Islam, King Moab. Yeah, we're gonna bring some perspective to this, right? I'm sharing it as I talk. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me good? I'm sharing this as I talk. We're gonna bring some perspective to this because, man, I like what, before I can share it, let me see. I like what Jay Hammer said. Jay Hammer said, I really hope to have a better understanding of this group at the end of the night. Seems like each person that talk about it has a different view. And that's the issue. What up, Charlie? That's the issue. When there's a new movement formulating, after all that we've been through, you would think that it could be defined the moment that it's introduced. However, I mean, all that we've been through as a people, if a new group is introduced or a new philosophy or a philosophy that's new but connected to an old and just got a new name on it, it seems like it would be more polished than yesterday. You see what I'm saying? George Jackson, would you like to come in first? Come in, George. Come in, George. You got to let me finish my sentence. I didn't say it was new. I say a new movement or new connected to the old with a new name. I'm trying to cover all bases. I do my best not to be biased on Moorish World TV. Now, you know I'm a Moorish American, so I am going to come from a Moorish perspective if you ask me in contrast or in comparison the Moorish position. So I'm going to give it to you raw from a Moorish perspective. But this is about understanding. This is about understanding because at the end of the day, understanding is the rock which we're going to build ourselves on. Understanding is the rock. So let me finish sharing this, man. Let me finish sharing this. The point that I'm making is that one second. The point that I'm making is, and I got something for you in a minute. The point that I'm making is this. Anyone that doesn't understand the direction of FBA must remember that their lack of understanding is not FBA's fault because FBA plight is clear. Brother Sanchez, you can come and explain it to us too if you like to, but don't talk too long because we need other people to come on. We know you like to talk. If it is clear, why don't we have understanding? Brother Sanchez, that's a contradiction of terms right there. Because one say they don't understand it means that it's not well explained, or we may not be well informed. And so the topic of the night is to get us informed. So let's not be facetious and condescending because we want understanding. And that's another thing that I noticed. That as soon as somebody asks for clarification or understanding, we get a bunch of condescending comments, a bunch of throwback. And shout out to Brother Tariq. He created these terms, tethers, anti-FBA, and like, No, just because I haven't disrespect Brother Tariq. I haven't disrespect FBA. I am sincerely because people keep asking me, what do I feel about it? And so I want to get better understanding. You know what I'm saying? I want to get better understanding. I never noticed that squeaky chair till you said something the other night. Down payment for a new one. I'm going to get one this weekend. Anybody else want to donate to the chair, hit the Cash App. Jay Hammer, that ain't even funny. You know what I mean? Listen. If we're going to do blog shows, and we're going to do topic-based shows, and we begin to ask that which is on the internet, one shouldn't feel as though they're going to be ridiculed because they ask. I could care less. I do this. I do this all the time. So I know it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. FBA isn't a movement. It's as simple as your lineage. Understanding is essential. I say bring our brother Tariq on to give clarity to the Moorish World TV family. Absolutely, David Jennings. And let me explain this something to y'all. I want to get y'all into the know of Moorish World TV if you haven't been here. Any topic that we talk about here, it's never personal. We will never call names. We would never threaten people. We would never say, listen, I've had people, and I will say it again, I've had people to call me chicken bucket hat. Let me say Cafe Chanel. We want clarity and clout. See, we want clout because we want to build a channel to inform people. So we want all the numbers. So we want you to type in clarity or clout to help the algorithms. We want you to participate to help the algorithms. This is a social media channel. So we need clout. We need views. We need clarity also. So yes, we want clarity and clout. You know, absolutely. And so, but we will not be condescending. We will not be condescending. We will not talk sideways to you. Maybe if you talk too much sideways to us. But we definitely want clout. We want to build this platform. You know what I mean? We want to build this platform so we can inform more people. So yeah, we're doing this for views. All right? We're doing this for views. So anybody in the peanut gallery that ask me doing this for views, yes, we are doing this for views. All right? We're doing this for views because anybody on social media that does this every week, 3 times a week, is doing this for views. Don't let anybody lie to you. If you're not doing it for views, what are you doing for? It's a social media platform. I want to get my perspective to the table. I have people that watch that want to put their perspective to the table. And the way to do that is getting views, obtaining views. So yes, but this is a critical topic. I don't pick all topics in our community. I pick critical topics that I think is interest to the Moorish World TV citizens. All right. So y'all ready? So can we do this without disrespect? All right, there will be no disrespect. I'm gonna just block you. I could care less, because I've noticed that when anybody talk about or question the politics of FBA, everybody begins to either attack or be condescending. I'm trying to understand the rhetoric behind your question. You said that every student understands the first time. He said that every student, you said not every student understand the first time. So is the fault or simply the ways of unexplaining things so people to get it? I think he was responding to somebody else. All right. Look at this. Here we go. Another question. Can anyone claiming FBA tell me the origin of that flag, please. People have questions. Yeah, I know what you was talking about, Brother Sanchez. That was for Brother Sanchez. I mean, I'll tell you what. To Brother Sanchez statement. To Brother Sanchez statement. I am a Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And when people don't understand the edicts or the construct of the Moorish Science Temple of America, I take it to heart. I don't blame the student. I blame myself, because I should be able to articulate that which I say I'm teaching. You feel me? I should be able to articulate that which I'm teaching. And so I never blame the student, never. If the student don't get it the first time, I'm going to devise ways to teach it so they'll understand, especially, Brother Sanchez, in this state of social media. In the state of social media, the water is so murky, it may take 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 times to explain what you're presenting before the people on social media. So y'all ready to get busy, family? That's right. I'm gonna try to explain. FBA is a clone, man. And listen, oh man, Cryptonomics, where you at, man? It's Cryptonomics in the building. It's Cryptonomics in the building. Cryptonomics, man. They might turn up on. Let's not turn this into anti-FBA. I don't want no tethers in here. Hey, Crypt, we don't want no tethers in here. That's what Brother Tariq said. We don't want no tethers in here. We just want clarification. Hey, Crypt, tell everybody. All right, we don't want no tethers up in here. No anti-FBA. What's the other word Brother Tariq used? I will tell you, Brother Tariq is a genius. I tell you what, well, he can create some phrases, boy. That's right. Oh, man. FBA is a lineage. Either you are, you ain't. Now, I'm ready to drop the link in a minute. I mean, no tethers, please. You will be timed out. Seriously, this is not a hate Tariq Nasheed platform, so please don't interpret it as that. That's all I'm saying. No Bucci bunching. No Bucci busting over in here either. Let me say this. Sinetta spawned all of y'all. That's crazy. Well, in fact, Sinetta is the godfather of so-called conscious social media. It starts there and it ends there. That would be just like the debate about who created hip-hop. Well, I'm of the thought that we created. I'm of the thought of African Bambaataa and those back then created it. But that doesn't take nothing from the baby. What's your point? That doesn't take nothing from Kodak Black. That doesn't take nothing from Jigga. What's your point? What's your point? I don't get your point. Sinetta spawned all y'all. That's great. What's your point? You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Somebody say, nope, not really. He copied others. That's a great argument too. George Jackson. Sinetta never was real. It was a scam from the jump. And that is another thing that I will say. It was a marketing thing. I believe it's crazy is the point. It was a marketing day. Sinetta was never really conscious, though. Can we agree on that? Sinetta was never really conscious. So he spawned the conscious digital community, but he was never really conscious. Are we able? Can we agree on that? I mean, can we agree on that? So the Confederate flag is okay for so-called black people, family. Actually, I never was on Sinetta team, bro. Never. I've never been a part of Sinetta. What I did, Sanchez, if you know the story, Sinetta was attacking Moors, as many of y'all have in the past. I went up to 125th Street for the purpose of building this platform. I went up there and stood on 125th Street, me and my sons, to bring attention to my voice in this community. That's what I did. I went up there for Dolo. I didn't go up there to join forces with Sinetta. Go check out the first video. The first time I went up there to see, was it real? And I say, that's right. Thank you for all the things that you do for the community and the content that you do for the black community. Thanks for all that. I had no fans on. I had on nothing. Sinetta played the video all the time. But in actuality, I was up there seeing what was going on and seeing if it was real. The first time I went up there, I found out it wasn't real. Real talk. I found out they was characters. I found out they were characters, and I found out that it was all a show. Because when the camera cut off, I mean, what I consider conscious, now everybody else might not consider this conscious, but what I consider conscious is those who are striving for betterment of self and community. So betterment of self, you eat right, you drink right, you treat yourself with some respect. Well, when the camera was cut off, I was seeing them gawking at European women, but on camera, it was black power. But when Europeans walk by, I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them like, what in the world is going on? You know what I mean? They gawking at these Europeans. Oh, she got some sister in her. Look at that. I'm like, what? What? They smelling like alcohol. They smelling like weed. Now, you could do what you want, but in my concept at that time, my concept at that time was like, what? As a Moorish American that is striving to better myself, I don't indulge in those things. And I was thinking at that time that they was about that. So the second time I went up there, I went up there to let my position be known. And that's the video that got the thousands and thousands of views. So no, I didn't come up there to join forces with Sinetta like most people did. Nope, Sanchez. Not me. Not me. Ever. I knew that there was a merry-go-round that was spinning, talking about the Moors, and I came to slow that demonstration down. And now, look who is the face of the Moors when it comes to common sense. I would hope that's me. But whatever that is, yeah, we're not going to make this about Sinetta. we not. Shout out to Sinetta. He been chilling. He ain't been bothering me. I ain't going to bother him. That's right. I ain't with that, man. I ain't with that. He ain't been bothering me, and I ain't going to be bothering him. I mean, he haven't been bothering me, so I ain't bothering him. I mean, but with that being said, man, I'm going to drop this link in here. Let's get Khalif say, come on, Khalif. Khalif, hold up, man. Khalif say, get to the show, bro. I feel you. Let's get to the show. I feel you. I don't know who's going to be up first, but at the same time, I'm going to tell you, let's be respectful. Let's be respectful. That's all I can say. I just want some clarification. I think everybody else too. Everybody share this twice. Thumbs up. Let's get it.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
So welcome to another edition of Moorish TV. I am your host, Brother Tahaka Bay, and today's show is a requested show. Call me a troll, but I do think it's a good conversation. So if I be the troll, I guess I be the troll. Now I'm not trolling. Now people asked me to do a part 2. The first time I was strictly serious. I was serious about trying to figure out what's happening. I'm saying. So a lot of people still have questions. Look at the chat. What are the payouts amount for FBA reparations? Never even heard that presented. Look at the chat. You know what I mean? He co-opted ADOS. And I said to that point, Victor Simpson says he co-opted ADOS. I said that we went from it's crazy how this works, you know what I mean? It's crazy how this works because when you pay close attention, you will find out that this is nothing new. You know, and the Moors stand on this thought of Negro, Black, colored, Afro-American, African-American, and in the modern days we got ADOS, FBA, and freedmen. Now, freedmen is an old term. However, you know, it's starting to be brought back into circulation again, but it changes every few years, and I think that's one of the issues that's going to be. I think that's one of the issues that's going to be a problem with new movements coming up with new names, although they may be connected to what is already known. It's just a new name. That may be the issue, and that may be the energy that is the backlag. But with that being said, I got my brother Khalif, how you doing, brother? I can't hear you. Your mic is muted.
Peace, God. What's the deal?
Brother, I'm doing good. So friend or foe? Nah.
Listen, man. I mean, you a melanated black brother, so I ain't hating on none of my people.
I got you. So you FBA?
Yeah, I'm FBA. That's
so let me say thank you. Let me first say gratitude and thank you for chiming in. You know, sometimes when people put up these titles, one who stand with something and for something will take it as an antagonistic trolling type thing, but right. This is not that for real. Even if we make some jokes along the way, trust me, brother, this is not that. Just as you said, I feel the same way. When I see you, I see me. When I look in the eyes of you, I see the image of God. So I'm not tripping off what you call yourself in this day and time for real. But for clarity of social media, this is the purpose of this show. But come on, bro, talk to me. What you got? Oh, he locked up on me. Oh, he locked up on me. Uh-oh. Maceo El Moro locked up. That's right. They got tools. We do too. Maceo El Moro. Be more Bigfoot. Where you been at, man? Bro, last time I seen you, wasn't that in Park Heights? I ain't seen you since, bro. Wasn't that in Park Heights, big bro? Come on, bro. Where you at? Man, we had some good talks too. Yeah. I don't know what was on yesterday. Okay, so let's get Khalif in, and I'm gonna pull this one out.
Yeah, my joint. I don't know what happened, but we in the game.
Yeah, you in, baby. You in. Let's get it,
back, man. Yeah. So,
but I don't know if you heard me or not. But I say even if we know we have a little bit jokes here and there, bro. Let me tell you, when I look in your eyes, I see the image of God, brother. I see you as me. Period. Point blank. You know what I mean? Even say if we even got heated.
It's all good, man.
I see you as me, but I just wanted to get some clarification for the people.
Yeah, so, we are guys. We are guys. So yeah, let me break it down real quick. So FBA, right? FBA is a remixed terminology of what Dr. Claude Anderson created, Native Black American, right? Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics. I know a lot of people in the conscious community are familiar with Dr. Anderson. Powernomics, Black Labor, White Wealth, a bunch of other books. I read those two in particular, but I'm bringing those up because what's happened is that people have this misconception of what FBA is. Like people just think like it's ADOS. ADOS is a political organization founded by Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. That's a political organization. That's a different thing. FBA is the lineage. But if we just want to keep it a being, on our political standpoint, we utilize the terminology freedmen to do what we need politically. I'm not sure if people in the chat box in the audience that are familiar with that.
So have y'all united with the freedmen on Be the Power podcast?
Everybody that's you see my name, Khalif the Reparationist. Everybody that's a reparationist know everybody. Like everybody, so I don't be saying I know this person because I'm from the streets. So I don't say all that, but
it's a brother that used to be a part of the Moorish Science Tip of America named Lord Abba.
I'm familiar with Lord Abba.
So he has a podcast called Be the Power, and they teach most of the time teaches from the Freedmen platform.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Lord Abba. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But do y'all work together in this pushing of the program of reparations?
Lord Abba, the Power, they're pushing reparations. I'm pushing reparations with me and my people. So like everybody's interconnected, if you will.
I got you. So everybody like a tribe doing their thing, but all fighting for the same cause, basically.
Everything is lineage first. Like when you hear the lineage, is the lineage first for Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, freedmen.
Why is it that when we talk about lineage, it stops at America when we predate America?
So you got it. So that's a good question, brother. So what it is this. What's happened is politically. So it's two things that we fighting right now, politically and socially. So we in amongst the conscious community. So we got to introduce some new things to people. So in the political spectrum, what's happened is that it's three political classifications that we got to teach the people on: immigrant, migrant, refugee. These are political classifications in which people are able to get economic benefit and economic gains from, right? So in 1865, we were designated as freedmen. From 1865 and during the Reconstruction era, that's how we were able to get our benefits and things of that nature from the Freedmen Bureau. We don't even got to go into the whole Freedmen Bureau. We know how it got robbed.
I got you. I'm gonna let you talk. Then I'm gonna respond.
We know it got robbed, different things like that. So we're not gonna get into that. But political classification, the only group of people who can be a freedman politically are Black Americans foundational to this land, Native Black Americans, i.e. Dr. Claude Anderson, foundational Black Americans, Tariq Nasheed, whatever. Which the difference is that there are different, quote unquote, African Americans, if you will, who come from other countries in the diaspora, whether it be the Caribbean or from the continent. And what's happened is that economically, the resources have been skewed for Black Americans. And what's happened is that we don't have any ways politically to be able to tap into economic funding. For example, if I'm an African immigrant coming from another country, I can tap into immigrant funding to, support and get what I need. If I'm an immigrant coming from Jamaica, I can get immigrant funding. If I'm somebody like my family from North Carolina, we moved to Philly, I can't get economic funding under those guises.
So why not create the Freedmen Bureau, recreated? Hold up. Why not recreate the Freedmen Bureau and get the handouts that came with the Freedmen Bureau, as opposed to attack those who found loopholes to get their hustle on?
No, but that's happening. That's happening as we speak.
Because in reality, the Freedmen Bureau was set up to distribute things to those who have suffered misfortune due to the oppressive slave demonstration. So
are you familiar?
So shouldn't that be priority?
Right, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Because the rhetoric seems what I'm saying is
the social thing, two things that's going on at one time. So to your point exactly, and I got to give you this point so that the audience can understand the reference where I'm coming from. In Washington, D.C., right, Mayor Browser, a foundational Black American mayor, right? She just allocated $10 million to the Office of Migrant Affairs for these migrants that have came there via Texas. But that $10 million came via an executive order. We got boots on the ground in D.C. who's been trying to get reparations and other things, and they're not getting the success. So what's happening is that freedmen being used as our political classification can get us those economic gains in which we're talking about. But that Office of Immigrant Affairs and Migrant Affairs is equivalent to the Freedmen Bureau.
But wouldn't it make more sense? Wouldn't it make more sense to understand how these Office of Migrant and Immigrant Affairs was created, and then reduplicate that, reintroduce
That's
it?
What's going on?
Because when we hear Freedmen when we hear FDA, that seems like rhetoric. It does. It seems like rhetoric. And then you have the legitimate fight, which is the freedmen fight. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to remember, bro, I told you, it's a political and it's a social thing. So
where can we find, how is that funding helping Black immigrants? Where can we find this immigrant funding?
All right, so I want everybody to research the Office of New Americans. The Office of New Americans is something that was put out in Chicago by Rahm Emanuel in 2014. Now they have Office for New Americans around 30 different states around the country, and they also have a national bill that they're putting out to create these offices. These offices will be able to, what they're already doing, like I just gave you an example with Mayor Browser in DC, they're allocating money specifically to migrants, immigrants, and refugees.
Brother, we know they've been doing that forever. They did that at Ellis Island. They did that.
Yeah, but these are two different things, though, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. We're not going back to the.
But this is what I'm saying. They have been doing that forever. So when I look at social media, because I'm coming from a social media perspective, and I see a bunch of FBA talk, a bunch of Moorish talk, Hebrew talk, and all that, and I don't see no real concrete stuff on the ground, even from Moors too. I don't see
I don't know what the Moors doing.
Absolutely. I say even from Moors too. I don't see a lot of real concrete stuff on the ground. It makes you wonder, is this just another phase of social media rhetoric like ADOS, Black Lives Matter, and the next hashtag?
And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm telling you what's going on and what it ain't.
And where is the source though?
So what source do you want? You want information from California? You want the 500 pages? You want me to drop that in the link? I can drop
pages for what?
The 500 pages from the task force that just happened in California. They got a California reparations task force. They got a meeting this Friday and this Saturday.
Are you a part of the task force, or is
I'm in Philly, but I have some partners that I'm dealing with from a few different organizations that's working out in California.
Who organized the task force?
The task force was organized by the state assembly in California.
And it was organized by the state assembly, but
wait, let me finish.
Okay.
There's a lobbying group called CJAC, an organization that's in California formed with reparations, who are freedmen, who are a part of our movement, and they are the ones who got the bill created. They created the bill. They got the bill put out there. They're the ones who got somebody on the task force. There's somebody, the person on the task force is the reason why it's lineage specific. So all of this stuff is coming out of the reparations movement.
But you do know there's a lot. There's been more task force that predates. I can Google them in a second. That predates FBA. It's been people on that mission before.
So show me a reparations task force that has been developed in the United States. I said a task force, and then I can also tell you. I can tell you when people receive reparations. I can tell you when people receive reparations, as in the Rosewood. As in the Rosewood situation, there's been times where Black Americans have received reparations for smaller things. Also, the Japanese receive reparations, the Jewish people receive reparations, and now the Ukrainians getting reparations. So I don't have nobody talking about that.
But yeah, I agree with you. You got the national. Hold up. You got the national, and regardless of who it is, you got. I think it's one of them is the national. Oh, let me see. Hold up, real quick. But it's the National African American.
Don't talk about Cobra. You're talking about the people that's been undermining reparations, who stole $3 million.
What I'm saying is this.
And Cobra who stole $3 million from the MacArthur Fund. I was on the WHYY special talking about that, bro.
I'm about to name a few of them. There is a bunch of think tanks.
You talking about NARC? You talking about NARC?
The national reparations. I'm gonna name about 3 of them.
Right? I'm saying they all connected. I know all of them. That's what I'm saying.
You got the National African American Reparation Commission.
Yeah, that's NARC. It's the same group. Connected.
Hold on. Let me finish. You got the National Reparation Institute. You got the think tank warranty. You got the Reparations Task Force think tank. You know what I mean? It's tons of these groups, brother. This is not new.
So Tahaka, can I explain this to you real quick? Those 2 groups that you just named, they're connected. NARC and Cobra, First Repair. All of these groups are connected, and what's happening is they've monopolized reparations by being Democratic shields. And what they've done is, it's a woman by the name of Nkisha Tayafa. Y'all can check her out.
Let me answer Derek Bradley. He said, in what they have done, the same thing everybody else has done. Nothing has moved the meter. That's the thing. Now, I'm hoping that what the brother is saying moves the meter, but nothing has moved the meter.
The meter is moving on reparations, though.
Let's get Oseru.
But I'm saying we can't say that we can't say that nothing has been moved. If we can point out
it's still in talks. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that nothing is moved. I'm saying it's still in talks.
No, it's still in talks, but it's legislation that has passed and that's on the table.
But is it But what I'm saying, legislation passed predicated upon what?
Reparations, lineage specific, everything that we're talking about.
Reparations the past, we can look it up real quick.
So California has a lineage specific reparations, AB 3121 in California. That's the name of the bill. AB 3121. They got a 500-page report that came out in California this past June, and it breaks down everything. One of the recommendations that they're recommending is a development of an Office of Freedmen Affairs and direct cash payments.
Absolutely.
They have another remedy that's coming out.
That's the same thing. It's on the table. It's on the table. It's not in practice.
Nah, because if nobody else was fighting for it, how
about the Harvest Institute?
The Harvest Institute? That's scam. That's shampoo.
You know the funny thing about every time there is somebody else doing the same thing. Like, I guess this is not the show to really go into the detail of how it's scammed, but I'll take your word for it. I haven't done the research. However, what I'm saying, somebody say it has to start with legislation. I agree it start with legislation, but I do know that most people that comes with new brands of political movements, that they hijack other movements that already exist. So in this, I'm saying, was this born out of FBA or because FBA is fairly new, or did it predate?
My bad. I said the Harvest Institute. My bad. The Harvest Institute, Dr. Anderson. That's my guy. Wrong thing. My bad.
All right.
The Harvest Institute.
Don't pack everybody. So what I'm saying is, those who introduced the legislation, did it predate FBA?
FBA is a lineage, though. So
no, when I'm asking you, no, that's ambiguous. I'm saying before the term was coined.
Yeah.
Did these people that introduced the legislation predate before the term was coined?
So the people who introduced that I'm gonna break it down. The people who introduced that legislation as the lobbying group as they did, they were former members of the ADOS organization. Then they left and they created their own thing.
That's my point. There we go. They
created their own thing.
That's my point. So when we say that the FBA is doing something, people, this is the problem, big bro. People see that
organization, ADOS organization they were a part of.
That's what I'm saying. When people see, this is the problem. I'm telling you, from where I stand, people see FBA as an organization.
It's a lineage.
Lineage.
It's a lineage.
It's a lineage. Okay, I got it. They see it as an organization. And when people scream FBA, 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 and like you say, they FBA, it's ambiguous to call someone FBA when it's not clearly defined as a lineage as opposed to an organization, because the organization is the one that actually got the bill out that predates even the term FBA that was coined by Brother Tariq.
Yeah, but it go back to the original point that I was saying, though, bro. I was saying that it's a social and it's a political movement. So when you have politics and then you have a social changing underway, what's happening is the social change is happening.
But it seemed like FBA is co-opting somebody that's already moving.
Nah. See, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. FBA is a lineage, right? So a lineage is a lineage. The political, that's for the social matter. That's for social.
Let me say this. Let me say, Moorish is a lineage, right? Moorish is a lineage. So I say, no, listen, I'm giving an example. Moorish is a lineage. And so I see somebody moving on reparation, and then I say, well, they Moorish, so come on, Moors, let's get aboard. They Moorish anyway.
Yeah, but Parker, Moor don't have any legal standing in the United States.
Listen to what I'm saying. It does. But let me finish. Listen. What I'm saying is, even if it doesn't have any legal standing, FBA don't have any legal standing.
Yeah, but Freeman does.
Yeah. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. If I say, I want to give you an example, bro. Let's not be on the defense. If I say you are Moor, that the whole America descended from slave is Moors, right? and it's a group of people that's fighting for reparation. And I say, yeah, well, they've been Moors. Them people don't proclaim that. Now, somebody in the group might ultimately say, yes, I'm a Moor later on, and like, yeah, but that wasn't founded by the phrase coined by Tariq Nasheed, the FBA. That's what I'm saying. However, generically speaking, according to the lineage, everybody is FBA. So anything that anybody
let me get up in here.
So anything that anybody does in the name of our people, you say, yes, that's FBA. That's FBA. That's FBA. That's cherry picking. But FBA will have to really represent FBA as the one who coined the phrase so it can be defined by the people.
So
it's a generic term at this point. You understand what I'm saying?
Again, bro, it just go back to that point that I was trying to make earlier. And you said something that made sense, right? But it go back to that point I was trying to make earlier. It's kind of like this. It's two things that we're fighting on one lens. We're fighting a social conscious awakening, and then we're also fighting a political awakening. So like we're debating with people in the conscious community as we're debating with people in the Democratic plantation and the Republican plantation.
I ain't gonna bang with you, bro. I get passionate, but I ain't gonna bang with you. You can counsel that with me. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna get some money, just hit me off. You know what I mean?
I'm like, yo, bro, the bread on the way. We got the acres. Come get it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you.
That with that look. GS, you sound like an op for FBA. See, this is what happens when people have a difference of opinion in our community. People get murdered for difference of opinion. Look at Malcolm X. People get ostracized for difference of opinion. I look like an op for FBA. You see what I'm talking about? I can't even express a difference of opinion. I can't even express that amongst my people. And this is one of let me vent real quick. This is one of the reasons why we can't go anywhere as a group of people. Because soon as the opposite thought comes, somebody got to be an agent. Somebody got to be an op. Somebody got to be this and that. As if we all thought alike in history. We never all thought alike. Get it out your head. Be brother Marlo the trucker. Stay and do. I don't go bother you while you're trying to shift 18 gears in your truck. Don't bother me while I'm on the podcast trying to put some thoughts out there to maybe challenge the brother in order to get clarification for what he represents and what Brother Tariq has brought to the table. Calm down, brother. Let me get my brother
Ani.
Ani, my apology, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Man, Khalif is on fire, man. Khalif is on fire right now.
Yeah. I
got to give it to him.
I see the chat. I see he came in here swinging. He couldn't wait for this.
Come on, man. I'm like Floyd Mayweather with this shit, man.
Yeah, Khalif has even more in giving you the information, specifically names, specifically legislations that's getting pushed. But that's the main thing people getting confused is the lineage part. And but
hold up, Ani. Let's be fair. The people who pushing the legislation, they was pushing that before the phrase was coined, FBA.
That's not. But that's
so we cannot. So hold up. So to try to attach yourself to that and give credit to FBA is a disservice to those who was doing this before the term was coined. You wouldn't agree?
No, because they weren't. You know, the legislation existed. But they were trying to make it seem like it's a democratic thing. Like they kept saying we need to study reparations. They weren't going hard like FBA to actually get it going.
But who is the FBA representative that you can point your finger to, name, face, position on these panels?
Well, this is the thing. We got a couple of
not the general term of FBA. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand.
General term of FBA that if you came from out the lineage sourcing from the slaves and here in America, generally you FBA. But I'm not speaking of general terms. I'm speaking of direct connection. Where is that person?
Well, I would say I can speak.
You got to join the movement to find out. You got to come to the other side.
I have to join to find out who's representing our people in this nation.
You call me, man. We get on the phone. We chop it up. I'll break it down.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yo, that's another thing to Harker. He right though. We can't.
No. If you are introducing legislation, that should be public information. That shouldn't be something that I have to go seek and destroy all hours in the library or social media to find out. I should be able to say,
you just said it yourself. You just said it yourself. And in these movements that we have to worry about all these different things. So as we're building, because we're in our genesis, as the Minister Farrakhan said, we're in our genesis. So as we're in our genesis of what we're doing, we can't just be. Of course, we're open arms to our people, but if we're going to be teaching our people,
we're talking about public. Brother, we're talking about public information here. We're talking about a public representative here. We're not talking about someone working in the shadows. We're talking about public information, a public representative. And if he says he stands, hold up. And if he says he stands for FBA and he's a representative and he's pushing legislation and he's at the think tank at the table under the banner of FBA, then I'm asking, who is that person?
I can speak for where I'm at because I'm a part of the reparationist group.
No, I'm talking about California first because that was the highlight.
It's an organization. There's an organization called CJAC, CJEC, and there's an organization called NAASD, National I don't want to mess slave descendants. They're in California. These are the two groups who've been pushing reparations out there, and they work with Dr. Shirley Weber. Dr. Shirley Weber, when she was a state rep, and that she was the person who introduced the bill. It's about 15 to 30 people out there.
I get all of that. What I'm saying is the term is FBA and Freedmen, right? That's the term.
So FBA is the lineage, and
FBA is the terms. I'm just saying
is the political term to get the legislation.
Absolutely, I got you. So I'm saying, who is the direct connect to FBA Freeman as y'all represent descending from the terminology coined by Tariq Nasheed? Who is that person at the table in California?
See, this is the thing. We move.
No, this is not the thing. Listen, I want to make my point.
Hold on. Let me respond, though. You got to let me respond, though.
I got you, brother. The point that I'm making is this, brother. I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna fall back.
Okay.
The point that I'm making is some of these people have been doing this work and they become co-opt. And now because FBA becomes a general term, now you can attach it to anybody that's moving in the name of reparations. You can attach yourself to it and say, yeah, they FBA. Yeah, they FBA. That's why I'm asking you, who is the specific person? That's all I'm saying.
Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that because there's some people that's not even foundational Black Americans. They can't trace their family back to the 1865 census.
Question, though, brother. You going somewhere?
I was responding to that end of. I mean, you cut me off when I tried to answer. I was responding to the end of what you just said. But the point I'm saying is, we don't specifically like to name. You're trying to make us name a leader,
right?
We don't like to specifically. This is the thing we talk about in our circles. The reason why all of our people get killed and picked off is because we always try to designate a leader in our community. The white community don't got a leader. The Asian community don't got a leader. Wait.
They do.
Wait. No, they don't.
Leader.
No, they ain't. No, wait.
What community are you talking about? The Italians? The Chinese?
Let me finish. The white community don't got a leader. The Asian community don't got a leader. The Mexican community don't got a leader. The only people, if you saw in history in America that they'll point to have leaders, look at all of the people they call leaders for us that's dead. We can point at at least 10 off the top of my head.
I got to interrupt,
this is the thing.
What do you mean white people don't have a leader? Every European community in the United States have a leader.
No, I'm saying that
we have one. They either have a board and they have a spokesman or a chairperson.
Yes, we have a board.
Each community have a leader.
We have a board.
What are you talking about?
We have an FBA. We have a board across America. Every FBA in their state, we meet in our state with our boards. Everybody has their own board, but we all want the same things to get us reparations. We want to get it done. But this is the thing. But this, hold on. I'm gonna let you say.
Let me let you rock. Go ahead, rock, brother.
This is the thing. Our main saying is there is no leader. The code. We have a code. The problem with our community is the reason why whites, Asians, and immigrants move in on us. We have no code in our community. We lost the code back from the 1960s and 70s when our families was together.
Facts.
So we're reestablishing a code right now. And the code is the leader, not the person. That puts it on everybody. That puts it on everybody's back to get this done. Not a leader, a board, each and every one of us, even those listening, all of us are the leader. Well, the code is the leader, and we all can follow the code as the leader, and that's how we're going to get this thing done.
Okay. Now let me show you something, right? If I can pull this up real quick. Watch this. Hold up 1 second. I want to pull this guy up real quick.
All right, bet.
You know, I'm about to save this picture real quick. I want to show you who this is real quick.
So I could be having me cracking up in these joints. I was watching your joint last night. That shit had me cracking up. You had a boy who knew what he was saying a little bit, but I had to come back. I'm like, nah, I got to come on this joint and really, you know what I mean?
But look, the thing is that I think this is good for social media. I think it's good for compensation. And I think people need to stop being so bent out of shape just because one choose to ask questions about what we see on social media. If we don't have questions, don't put it on social media. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, I appreciate that too. I honor that. You and my bro. Check this out. You know who this guy is right here? Can you see it? That is the head of Chinatown in New York. Now, you have to understand, it's called the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association. You got to understand that they all work together. They have a board, they all work together, and they work for the common cause of the Chinese. But he becomes the spokesman. He becomes the representative. The structure is what saves the organization to bring the goods back to the Chinese people of Chinatown, as well as send it on home. So when we talk about a leader, it doesn't necessarily mean a leader of some individual. The leader only represents the constituents. So when the leader is knocked off, the system in place to replace is the leader. And then they keep replacing the leader.
No. That doesn't work no more. I'm going to tell you why.
Let me finish. It works for the United States. It works for all industrial countries. It works for tribes. It works everywhere. The thing is, the system and the structure of a system has not been updated to the point where if someone get knocked off, another person jumps in place. Soon as one get knocked off, what happens is everything crumbles. Someone dies, everything crumbles. We need to get up on game, and we need to put a system in place that the leader is only the mouthpiece.
Well, this is the thing. Well, you highlighted an Asian man. Right. First of all, we got to eradicate the system of white supremacy. That's another thing. An
example, brother. I just gave
wait.
That was an example.
Let me rock out real quick. We got to replace the system that's in right now. We can't build a system on top of what their system is to keep black people at the bottom. Asians is second. Mexicans is after Asians. You see it all the time in the movies. You see it in television, propaganda, all of this. It's to put the black man and black woman, well, we'll use the black woman to do certain things. We'll make them mayors and put them in political positions and have them go out there as our puppets. You see what I'm saying? But the overall...
That's social media rhetoric, brother. That's not...
Wait. The system of white supremacy is in play right now globally, not in America. And the system is just like you showed that Asian man. We're going to put everybody else, we're going to let them in America. We're going to let them establish these things. And the only group that gets sabotaged in America is black people. And I'm talking about black Americans specifically because wait. I'm finish my point. Immigrants can come over here, start a business. You go out right now. Where you at, Tarka? Wherever you at, you're gonna see Jamaican restaurants. All of this stuff are all around you. Every time a black American start a business, even when we started Black Wall Street, we kept going. We didn't stop.
Brother, do you know that Baltimore is like a 95% Asiatic, quote unquote, black city?
What I'm saying is, the point I'm making is,
all we got is our businesses here. I don't know where you get that from.
What I'm saying is, globally, the only people
let me say this. That's social media rhetoric. That's social media rhetoric.
No, it's not. That's facts.
Let me finish. Let me tell you why it's social media rhetoric. The reason why your assessment is social media rhetoric, because you go into any city, Baltimore, Atlanta, New York, California, you find tons, I mean, millions upon millions of businesses thriving, mom and pop shops, all the way up to how far you can go up the ladder. Millions and millions of them. The problem is that the psychology of those who in position with finance money. Let me do an example. Jay-Z and all these rappers with all of this money, with all of this stuff. Why not they be held accountable? Why
Jay-Z is an immigrant. His father's from.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, wait. But before we get to,
I don't want to shift the thing. What I'm trying to say is,
you raised a good point, though. Let me get to that point with the Jay-Z thing.
Hold that thought. The whole thing I want to say is that in major cities there are thriving businesses. The owners look like me, and these people that run these businesses, they could care less about what they giving the European, what they giving the one thing that I hear clear is we always, in this argument here with the FBA, I hear it all the time. They giving them this, they giving them that. So it's like you want them to give you something.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Newsflash, they ain't giving you nothing.
We ain't trying to get nothing from it.
Hold on, bro. Let me jump on this.
If you get it, it's a bonus.
You got 2 points.
But that talk that they giving Jamaicans and they giving immigrants and they giving, okay, so what? They've been giving it for years.
Let me get to these 2 points. Let me get to these 2 points, man. So look, you said 2 things, right? So you said Jay-Z, and you said the rappers. We should go to the rappers and try to get them to.
Well, I didn't say that. I just was giving an example why I haven't been held accountable. I don't think you should go through them because they should have did what they already know they're supposed to do. But go ahead.
Fair enough. So politically, we haven't moved politically for Black Americans specifically. We've moved for minority, we've moved for POC, we've moved for Black and brown, we've moved for Asians, we moved for everybody. We moved for Muslims, right? We moved for every group except ourselves politically. And what happens is a lot of guys, they be on YouTube, they be on the corners, they don't really deal with politics. They have the knowledge, but they don't deal with the politics aspect of it. So politics is about who's getting the resources and how they're getting the resources. So when it comes down to these resources, right? Black people are locked into this box. And I said it earlier. We're locked into this box as being American citizens. However, we don't get any representation because our political people don't represent the people in the community. They represent the people who give them the money. So if those are the people who give them the money, we're not saying we're giving you money. We're saying, okay, we'll just not vote. We'll just vote for the people that we want. Hold on. Let me land a private jet. I got you. So when we talking about, the things that we want specifically, they say, well, y'all ain't giving us no money. All right, cool. Well, we just organized. So what's happened is that we've organized under our centralized, neutralized ideology, and that is to create some reparations, some offices of freedom of affairs, and a whole bunch of other things. And what that does is it organizes the people amongst our ideology so that they can fight politically. Now, you said those other groups, right? Those other groups have classifications in which they can now be able to monopolize money. We don't have no classification. Why don't we have a classification? Because we're American citizens. We're not immigrant, we're not migrant, we're not refugee. So we're freedmen as a classification in order for us to be able to get those economic gains in which Dr. Claude Anderson always talked about.
When was the last time something was gained under freedmen?
In the Reconstruction era. We're in Reconstruction 3.0.
What year?
Shit. 1870s.
You know what that sound like to me? That sound like the Moors who said that we got a right to travel, but you moving the needle. You moving the needle because the reason why I'm saying you moving the needle because before any immigrant came here, black, yellow, brown, whatever. Before any immigrant came to this country, it was only black and white. So when they did minority, Dr. Claude Anderson said himself in 1970, he wrote the first affirmative action in Florida. So when he wrote that affirmative action, it was specifically for blacks. It wasn't for gays. It wasn't for midgets. It wasn't for brown people, and it wasn't for Asians. But what's happened is those terminologies in which the guys like the different people that we had that were fighting for us politically at that time has been co-opted so that everybody can monopolize. And now black politicians, they can't fathom. So is the freedmen organized as a political body?
Reparationists are organized. Like
you're not answering the question. Most people that we know, and if you study reparation, you would know this to be true. everyone who received reparational compensation, they were organized, and that mouthpiece was able to bring it home for them. So what I'm asking is the freedmen organized as a reparation think tank and movement to bring it home?
Yes, we have various different, like I said, bro, we got various different groups.
People calling themselves freedmen.
Nah, it's different organizations, it's different people, it's an ideology. So when you got an ideology, there's no like in Philly on this freedman stuff, I'm the guy. Like it's people like I'm the guy. I got people
who appointed you? My man, Tariq Nasheed appointed you. Like, look, you in Philly.
Nah, it's nothing like that. I've been doing this before I even was on Tariq Nasheed. I was on June.
Hold up. So when you associated with Tariq Nasheed, you just fell in line because you was just doing it anyway.
Nah, see what happened was I met people who were saying some of the same stuff I've been saying since 2015. And when I'm like, yo, this sounds like the stuff Dr. Anderson talk about, or this sound like some of the stuff such as. So then once I found out that some people was saying they was reading the same stuff, and then people watched it, I'm like, oh, I heard of boy. I checked him out a few times, but I was never big on the YouTube space. I was in college. I was watching stuff like Breakfast Club, and you see what I'm saying? But I was always reading and watching speeches. So when these apps started the pop, right? What you had was people coming together in these socially engineered programs, if you will. Like all of this stuff is socially engineered to have people in a similar ideology come together, whether it's governmental targeted or whether it's God, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a beam. But I'm saying that to say it brought people together who had the similar ideology. And there's a brother that I got in Michigan, there's a brother I got in Cali, there's a brother that I got in Florida who got the same ideology, and they need people to give them food. You know what food means. A hungry man and woman needs some food. So the knowledge is, you can get knowledge from this person, but the food that we given is the best dope in the game because no black person have been getting legislation for black specific tangibles, and I don't know how long. The only thing that's black specific that has passed in the past few years is that you can wear dreads now. You know what I'm saying? You can wear that a lot. Look, everybody else get money. We get hair programs and shit like that. My bad.
But why is it we always worrying about them giving us something? I mean,
it's not giving. We gotta fight.
What I'm saying is we need that too. But why is not the bigger fight us building something for us by us and fall into line with that fight too? Because
we're still building, right? We're still building as we're doing. But we need an economic gain immediately.
What's being built though?
You said what?
I said what's being built?
People have community centers. People got farms. People got.
What I'm saying is this: wouldn't be the bigger fight be self-preservation? Because if they never give us anything, at least we have something that we built ourselves.
Yeah, but you gotta follow me and then go back again to the original point that I was making from the beginning. It's two movements that's going down. There's a social and then there's a political movement. So the social movement is exactly what you're talking about. But the political movement gives us the economic empowerment immediately.
I get that. So where is the freedmen that are building? Let's talk about them. Where they at?
Well, I ain't gotta say names and nothing like that. I'm just
saying. What I'm trying to say is this. We look at, Russia is talking about they don't care if they got to drop nuclear bombs on the Ukraine. They talk about that real heavy.
Right? That.
Okay, so you have other countries that are watching that could, if it ever came to that, could be involved. And that's really going to affect us in a way that we've never seen in history before.
Yeah.
Because we know that, shouldn't we be preparing whatever we can, putting think tanks together to preserve our kind as well? Fight for this too, because
that's church, bro.
What I'm saying is,
that's church. Like my old head told me, he said that. He said,
building land all to yourself.
Y'all been saying this for 30 and 40 years. We trying to do that right now. That's the difference.
No. I'm not saying it. I'm putting a proposal together. I'm saying that if they are talking nuclear weapons, if they are talking destroying this, that, and the third, and our total energy is concentrated on trying to get something out this European. We should. Don't get it twisted. We are owed.
I got the ski mask in the back. It's a stick up. I got the ski mask.
This is that. We are owed these things.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a person or a group that has methodically killed, raped, pillaged, have done everything in the world.
The government
have co-opted hip hop, have
a
did
government,
everything.
a government.
So let me jump in real
The
quick.
government. We don't go at the individual.
What I'm saying is, our energies should be for self-preservation first, in conjunction to that fight. Because what I keep hearing from FBA is they giving people this, they giving immigrants that, and they giving they. But I don't hear we are building this alongside of fighting for that.
Let me say this. First of all, the only reason they're giving immigrants anything is because we forced them to do it. We forced them. Back, I told you, 1965, the Immigration Act was started through the Black American movement getting civil rights. Now, we should have been fighting for power. That was our mistake. We're correcting the mistakes of the past right now, because a lot of our old heads didn't do what they were supposed to do. Let's just get it real. So because they didn't do what they're supposed to do, we are way behind, and we have to get organized. So in these social media spaces, starting with that, then we meet in person. We've met in person, and the thing about it, we got to get our tech guys together. We got to know how to get clean energy. We got to get those people together. We got to get everybody aligned to do that. The thing about it is we're so behind the race. Wait. The race, if you shot the gun at the Olympics, the black man hasn't even moved yet. We're just moving off the line, and you want us to catch up at the front.
I'm only asking, brother. I'm only asking. So the brother, the pale horse, and it's another brother in here. He's definitely FBA. He asked, what are the Moorish building? Brother. Brother. The things that I'm building, I really don't put on the internet, but I've shown it. Hold up. But I've shown it. I have a center here, the Moorish Science Temple of America Unity Hall, so we can have a think tank. In order to obtain political power, I have a wing of the organization called the Alliance for Political Accountability, where our strive is to bring all of our people together and move as one to obtain local political power. That's number one. Now hold up. We also have been fortunate enough to have some land off. So if something was to happen, by the will of Allah, if something was to happen, we have a place for refuge. So we can still fight for reparations. Now, people say, well, what about the Moorish representation? Moorish Science Temple of America is an organization. Organizations have received reparations before, nations and organizations. Now, I don't have to describe. Now, I'm the face of this. You see me. I don't have to paint it and go all over the internet and tell my strategy. I'm telling you that I'm in the same fight. And I have moved certain pieces around to see what it looks like coming to an organization, i.e., a nation of people that have been shattered, broke up, and partially destroyed. And under the banner or name, title, nationality, Moorish American, that's what we strive to achieve. Now, I would debate anybody on the legitimacy, the standing in law on Moorish American. That doesn't matter to me. Most people that study Moorish science only get the internet perspective and don't know what they're talking about. But I will give you receipts. Anybody can step up to debate me and say it has no standing, and we can get busy. But the point that I'm making is I am making some kind of strides. What I'm saying is I'm still in that fight for some reparations because we are owed that. However, if Katrina happened or if a nuclear bomb happened, we need a place of refuge. How you going to keep up the fight if you can't preserve the people? That's all I'm saying.
And I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just the only response that I would have is it's been
somebody said we're the headquarters of the Moors. General headquarters right now is in Baltimore City and Park Heights. Come holler at me. What? What? Come holler at me. But be careful. There's Bloods, Crips, and not no Crips. There's Bloods and BGF right on the corner, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But come holler at me. We love you.
Look, I'm with you. Look, all I'm saying
is, I don't know why people. Hey, no, bro. You know I be ready to vent. Khalif, you know I be ready to vent if you watch the show. I don't know why people think I'm that's a YouTube guy. Anybody that know me, man, they done pulled up on me and seen me. Stop that, man. This is not that type of show. But go ahead, Khalif. The floor is yours, brother.
Nah, what you saying?
Let me tell you for real. You and Ani heating up tonight for real. In the chat, they gonna say they smoked you, GS.
Yeah, of course. You know, we chopping up. They call me Chef Curry in the pot. You know, listen, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? Like what you saying about the refugees with the refugee component is important, right? But I gotta throw out there that, you know, we've had these people that have been doing movement work for 50 years, 100 years. Everybody's been doing all of these things, right? And like you said, there's no place for us to come and build. There's no place for if a catastrophe happens. So a part of our movement is lineage first, so that one, people know who they is, but then two, that economic gain that we get immediately. The Ukrainians got $50 billion in less than 8 months.
That's right.
If we get our money, if we get our funding for economic development and stability in the United States government, in 2023, if we just get $1 billion that goes spread across Black America in 2023, we can start to build up.
You see what's funny to me?
I'm not even saying that number as a reparation. I'm just saying
look at this guy here. Development. Afterthought media. He said religion is limited. How in the world is religion is limited and it's in the Constitution? If there any door with more room to move, it is the door of religion. It's that fake religion, and people don't know how to legitimize it through a legal standing to make it move for you. See, that's where you're wrong, because the right to bear arms is in there and religion is in there. How is religion limited? No. That quacky understanding of what you think is religion is. When you use religion as a legal construct to get some things done, religion is limited because it's in the Constitution. Freedom of religion. And yes, it is the system. But look at Derek Bradley. That's the one. He said, isn't it in the system? Well, isn't FBA trying to get something out of the system? What are you talking about? It's ours that's in the system. Why not try to get it out?
We built the system.
Absolutely, brother. So people, see, this is going to be the problem with FBA. People like Derek Bradley. This is going to be the problem. This is gonna be the problem. Isn't
light work?
But you gotta think about it. But you gotta think about it. There's a bunch of people on YouTube and that's on the corners that's telling people to not do anything with the system, and we're saying, okay, we're not doing anything inside of the system. We're trying to put on the ski mask. Extract what we get from the system. We putting on the ski mask and taking from the system. But a lot of people, they're not used to that concept. So we teaching people along the way. Yo, this was going down. We've never done this before.
I believe what somebody said. Let me pull back. Somebody said this in the chat, brother. I think it was Angel. Peace and love. No. Aboriginal rap is legal and lawful identity of indigenous people of America. FBA is a hijack. No, I don't believe that. I believe FBA is a general term. I believe it's a general term that can be applied for those who, it's a new term, but it's a general term that can be applied and is being applied for those who are descendants of those who suffered from the atrocities of slavery and those that have been here before slavery. I get that.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah, I get that. But I think when we associate those who already on the mission and boots on the ground doing something for reparation and say they FBA,
they are
confusion.
No, but they are FBA. All it is,
they are, but they're not FBA as it relates to what people see FBA is from the internet perspective.
And that's why it's a teaching mechanism. I said in the beginning, I said all FBA is a remix of Dr. Clark Anderson, Native Black American. So if these movements,
you know, one of the things, I love Claude Anderson. I love him. But you know, one of the problems that I had with Claude Anderson?
Was that?
Oh, you're going to talk about the ancestors. You're going to talk about the giants in our community. You know, one of the problems I had with Claude Anderson? He had all of this information that was very, very, I thought, and I continue to think is reachable. but he never organized around it.
Nah, that's because we had a bunch of ignorant niggas that was on anger.
People didn't organize. That ain't Claude's fault. People didn't organize.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something. When you bring the idea and you birth the idea, you must create the blueprint so it can be carried on. You can't
all the giants.
Let me say this. You just can't talk the blueprint. You have to example the blueprint. If you know, you must be what you know. Other than that, you're just pointing away. A pointer can do the same. A block of wood.
Look what Claude has done. Tariq is a student of Claude. Look at what he has done.
Tariq ain't a leader either. He's not organizing.
No. Tariq has created this term, and this term came from Claude Anderson, and now look how big it is. This came from Claude Anderson. This is very big. Matter of fact, right now, go to Twitter. Foundational Black American is trending on Twitter right now. This is very big now.
I get you. But Black Lives Matters was too.
Black Lives Matter was an organization, not a lineage.
Yeah, that's
what I'm telling you.
And white people created Black Lives Matter. George.
I get what you're saying, but all of these things become popular because we are in the hashtag social media era, bro.
No, that's not true, because when things are getting done, when people see things happening,
come on, man, you follow trends. Things are trendy.
We getting it done. We getting it popping. We getting it popping right now. Trust me.
Listen. The way you can say something is really popping is 5 years from now, it has quadrupled what we see today. Yeah. It's too early to say we're getting it popping because it's trendy. It's like a little baby song. It could last 6 months. It could last 2 years. We don't know yet. It's too early.
This ain't going nowhere, bro.
It's happening because the stuff is happening in law. Everything that I'm telling you is happening in law.
So it's in law.
Pardon me?
I want the person who put it on the books.
You said what?
Look at Supreme Clientele. Let me beat him up real quick. Come on, Supreme Clientele. He's the greatest troll of Moorish World TV. I'm about to hey, give me a minute. I'm gonna bust him up and lay him down real quick. All right, come on.
Yo, am my audio good?
Mike, show your face. He's scared to show his face.
Nah, I'm driving, brother Tahaka.
Nah, come on, man. You're trolling me, man. Come on.
I'm not trolling you, brother. You know I've been wanting some smoke for a long time.
You don't want no smoke, man. Go
ahead. Go ahead.
Let me. He gonna talk about the flag, and I'm about to smash him. Come on, real quick.
Before I get to the flag, I just want to say, brother, why is it so hard for you to understand the concept of FBA? Why are you trying to make it? Why are you trying to make it something other than what it is, brother? And you're a foundational Black American, so I'm pretty sure you see how these people that's from, huh?
Let me answer what you're saying.
I wasn't finished, but go ahead.
I don't believe that there is no power in acronyms. I don't believe that there's any power in acronyms. I believe that FBA is a motivational tool to get people into the know of their lineage as it starts in America. However, we are a global people. We populated the planet. And so my lineage will never start in America. My foundation is not in America. My foundation is universal. So when you say something like that, I feel like you put me in a box. That's why I respond to the way that I respond to. So let me say it one more time. My foundation is not America. My foundation is universal. My people have populated the planet, brother. So only thing I'm saying is, if you really want my opinion, that acronyms do not move the meter. That's it. Acronyms can motivate people, but it doesn't move the meter. And when you say I'm Foundation America, what you're doing is you're putting me in a box. And these Europeans will never be in a box. They say they this and that, but they connect internationally. We need to understand that we're going
when it's time to connect, brother. When it's time to connect, but they do delineate themselves, because you have Europeans that say that they're Italian. You have some that say they're German. You have some that say they're from America. But when it's time to come together and form like Voltron, that's what they do.
But guess
exactly.
What?
So it's nothing wrong with us doing the same thing. But before, you got to understand, brother, we have to be motivated first, and we have to be motivated behind a cause. A lot of us is motivated, but we don't have no cause. You understand what I'm saying?
If we are not motivated by all the history that we have in this country by now, there is nothing to motivate us.
I disagree with that, brother. I disagree because at the same time we're being motivated, it's people that's in our culture. They say that they're black, but it's not FBA. They do things to demoralize and unmotivate us. So we're trying to make 2 steps forward. They're pushing us back by saying that we don't deserve reparations. When it's our people that built this country that come here and call us different names, brother. That's
the thing. We're playing the blame game again. So what? I got big eyes. So what?
I understand.
I got a skinny head. So what? Man, we acting like children, man. It's time to build something. Because
brother, we can't build.
Means to defend it.
We have brother, right? If we're not building like children, these people are coming over here and they get this. They
come here and they get pie and we don't. They call us.
They get what?
Brother, we're playing the blame game like children.
No, it's not, brother. I disagree with that. I disagree. We have to identify. That's like everyone else identify, right? They come over here, they say, I'm from Trinidad. I'm from Africa. Brother, let me speak, bro. Please, give me the floor for 30 seconds.
Your examples are always they, but I'm going to let you have the floor.
Yeah, when I say they, I say other groups of black people. When they come from different parts of the diaspora, when they first come over here, they don't identify with us. They don't identify with the struggle. They go in their small communities. They go, brother, that's a problem because we're trying to move them. Brother,
you want them to love you.
Brother,
you want people to come here and hug you and love you.
Nah, they gotta respect us though.
They don't love you. Man, we need to grow up, man. We crying about somebody don't come and hug and love us.
I don't want anybody to love me. You don't love me. You don't have to like me. But one thing you will do is respect me.
Okay, that goes without saying. But the whole thing is, they come over here and get this. They come over here, they don't talk to us. They come over here, they don't play with us. They don't let us share their marbles. We acting like children, man.
I disagree with that, brother. We're not acting like children.
You keep saying they. I keep hearing they. I rarely hear that, you know what we're doing is this to offset that. For example, the Chinese have Chinatown. And so you know what we're building? We're building African town, or we're building the native town. I don't hear any of that. I can't tell you that. But you got the Chinese, they build Chinatown and they supposed to. They ain't supposed to mess with you. They supposed to.
Chinatown, they get bombed though.
Africans ain't obligated to mess with you.
Brother, we can't build nothing if we have people that's our enemy that's amongst us. Brother, we can't build nothing with our people if we have people in our camp that's amongst us, that's against us. Excuse me.
Brother, it's enough like-minded people to get
destroyed.
Brother, it's enough like-minded people to start building. And you don't have to have 1 million people. Brother, you know what? This is rhetoric. There's enough like-minded people. There's enough like-minded people to start building something. This is cheerleading rhetoric.
And what we're doing is we're gathering the
rhetoric, Supreme Ground Belt. You mean tell me that you can't find 100 people dedicated to build something, and when you build it, they'll come?
Brother, that's what we're doing right now. We got to clean house before we can build. You can't sleep in a dirty house. You can't build on a.
You're going to clean this house. You're only going to bring clean with you, but they're only going to come when they're attracted to something.
Let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question. If you clean a house and there's still dirty people in here, is that house really clean?
Brother, no.
Another thing I want to ask you, if Your wife decided tomorrow that she doesn't want to be married to you, right? Let me speak. Your wife says, listen, Tahaka, it's been fun, but I think it's time for us to separate, separate. I don't wish that upon you. I'm just give you an example. Would you?
Let me show you how I think.
Hold on, brother. Let me finish. Would you beg your wife to be with her after she tells you she doesn't want to be with you? You would respect her wishes and you would move on. Because now, if you begged her, you would look like Cain. So that's the same thing that we're doing. That's found.
That ain't what you're doing. That ain't
Let
what
me
you're
finish,
doing.
brother. Let me finish.
When they come here, they don't talk to me. That ain't what you're doing. You said when they come here, they don't talk to me. When they come here, they don't identify as me. When they come here, they don't want to play with. They don't want to play jacks with me. That's what you're saying. That's what
brother. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when they come here, they don't respect us. They don't respect us, brother.
So guess what? Build your own and respect yourself.
But in order for us to build our own, right? And I agree with you. I agree with you.
Hold up.
But in order for us to build our own, we have to separate from those that don't want to be with us. They don't want to come together. How are we begging somebody to come?
Hold on. Let me say something real quick.
Let me say something real quick.
Go separate and build. Why are you crying on
Wait, Tahaka. Let me say this real quick.
Hold on, we're going too far off the ledge, man. We're going too far off the ledge right now.
Yeah, let me
I know you said it's your biggest troll, bro, but we're going too far off the ledge right now.
Nah, I'm not a troll at all. So we're not gonna stop.
That's what he said. I'm just saying.
I'm not a troll, beloved. I support Brother Tahaka, but on this subject, I disagree.
Hold up, my man, hold up. The host of the night, the guest host tonight is my brother Khalif, the reparations.
Let me say something real quick.
No. Let brother Khalif put us back on track because we all got hype. My apology. I was just joking with Supreme. He's not my troll. I was just joking.
So let's get to the reparations discussion, man. Because like I said at the beginning, it's an economic thing. We scratching and surviving in the hood right now. And if we could go back to Ukraine getting 50 billion, we can go to the Afghans getting that money, we can go to the people at the border getting that money. We can go to it's a hot mic.
Yeah, hold up. I got it.
We can go to all of these different individual groups under ethnic group, under political classification that's getting these economic funds. I just want the people to really follow through what we're saying because economically,
the same way though as Moors though, for real.
Look, I don't know that, but if we can, I'm saying I don't know, but economically, we're not getting nothing. And
let me tell you what Moors is. But let me let you finish first. But let me answer this. The host is acting like a little girl throwing a tantrum. You must don't know Moorish World TV. I am very passionate, but it's not a tantrum. Please tune into the next show, and I'll do the same thing on the next topic if it strikes a nerve. That's just my personality. I mean no disrespect. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so when we talk about the economic thing, like when we talk about economics for Black Americans, it's always under this minority, under this POC, under this BIPOC. And if people don't know what those are, a person of color, Black, Indigenous, person of color, these are political classifications that the dominant society has created, and it is now going under this terminology called minority. All a minority is a white woman, an LGBTQ, a midget, a disabled, a Mexican. This is everybody, including us, and we're just not getting the brunt of those benefits. So when we talk about this Freedman thing, when we also talk about FBA, which is the social component of it, all we're saying is lineage first, tangibles, economic empowerment, and reparations, and also stop anti-Black hate. So all of this stuff, it all compiles in things that make sense. But what's happened is that it's a misrepresentation that people may see, like people may not agree with certain things that other individuals do. It's a lineage. So when it's a lineage, that's like if I got a cousin that's a shooter, I can't do nothing about that nigga. That's what he do. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is we take on this concept that, oh, just because that person is this, that, and the third, or you also a part of it. And that's one thing I don't want Black folk to be doing politically because that's dangerous and also it looks bad. So politically and socially, like I could be like, yo, I don't mess with no Moors because the Moors be trying to scheme me to get me to $5,000 for this, that, and the third. I could.
Those are not Moors though. They
right.
And
that's what I'm saying. But that negative connotation is already once you got that negative connotation. But when you're doing politics, we've never seen people doing politics for, and I could be ignorant, but we never seen people doing politics for the Moors. We've never seen people doing politics for Pan-Africans
Well, let me tell you something. Prophet Noble Drew Ali gave us the example of how we're supposed to do politics. Moores has dropped the ball by the way of the infiltration back in the 30s, but he have gave us the example how to do politics. And I am moving on it called the Alliance for Political Accountability, where after the Reconstruction, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was instrumental in helping Oscar the Priest and many other locals, Oscar the Priest in Congress, and many other the locals on the west side and the south side of Chicago, I think, to obtain office. He's helped to put judges in position. And so he gave it by example. And so I'm going to look at the example and duplicate that in this era of time, because nothing's changed about politics. It's just different faces and new laws. And so in order to get in position, it's the same methodology. So the Moors definitely have dropped the ball. And I'm not scared to say that I'm the face of trying to move this meter for the Moorish Americans as well as our people, because I don't designate you being something other than I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I designate you as me. And if I eat, you eat. We all eat. You can call yourself the boogeyman. I don't care.
And that's what I'm saying. We got people that's Moors. We got people that's Israelites. We got people who Indian. We got all types of people who fight for reparations. And that's a part of the lineage.
GS, you asked who the leader of FBA, but who is the leader of the Moors? I am the leader of the administration that I am a head of. But there's a lot of different Moors. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different Fugazi. There's a whole different crazy stuff on the internet going on. But I am the leader of the administration, as you hear me say, administration, that I'm a part of.
True. I mean,
look.
But you just said, Targa, though, you just said it's other Moors out there. So what I'm saying to you is other people who call themselves FBA by lineage, and it's some people that, like I said, it could be somebody like, you're a cool Moor. Like I'm saying, maybe I'll hop on this joint again and be chopping up. But it's other Moors. But it's other.
But I'm gonna hit your inbox and say you're right to travel.
But look, it's other Moors that's like, yo, look, I got the $5,000 drink, Sovereign Citizen way. So it's kind of like, but FBAs is on the tip, like you might meet somebody that's like, yo, they might rub you the wrong way, whoop-de-whoop. And then you might meet somebody that's FBA. So it's kind of like, what I don't want to happen with FBA, and what I don't want to happen with this whole lineage thing is that people not understand the message. Because if you don't understand the message, then everything is, oh, this is a disruption, this is chaos. And not to mention, we already got the Democratic plantation niggas already in corners. So we can't have
hate group and shit.
And I'm saying we already got people hating. So we can't have people who are quote unquote conscious, if you will, enlightened, going against the things that we're saying, because at the end of the day, everybody that's Black American gonna get reparations, whether you want it or not. You know what I'm saying? If you descend from the lineage, you can call yourself Israelite, Moor, this, that, and the third. You can call yourself a goddamn tree. As long as you Black American, you got descendants, and you go to the 1876, you get this table.
I want to share something real quick, and I'm gonna pull it up real quick. People need to understand that reparations is not exclusive to one group. Reparation is not exclusive to one group of our people. In other words, because you FBA, I'm Moorish, and one is Hebrew, it's never exclusive like that. And that's a great myth that, okay, we fighting for reparations and I'm going to get it for everybody. It doesn't work like that. When you look at reparations on an international, even a national scale, even with Germany, it wasn't one group of Jewish people who received reparations. There was many organizations, as well as the state of Israel, that received reparations. So the strategy would be have a think tank, and if this organization moving in that path, and this one is moving in that path, everybody move in that path, because it doesn't take one organization, and that's just history on reparations.
We never said it was one organizational, bro.
So what I'm saying is, when people say, no, I said this to the person that says that you're just one group of Moors. That's all it takes.
Oh, yeah.
One group,
brother. But all these organizations that you're naming are non-Black.
All it takes is one group of competent people that know how this works. That's all it takes. And then when they get it, then another group going to fall, because it's not going to go to. That's not how reparations work. You got to study history on reparations. Reparations doesn't go, okay, we're going to distribute this for 83 million quote unquote Black. It's not. That doesn't work like that. Reparations does not work like
But the thing about
Brother,
reparations is that it's always been given to a specific group who face a specific harm. Anytime you look at any reparations, it's always been to a specific group with a specific harm, and that's the difference between. That's kind of the difference between anything that all these other groups be getting. That's kind of the difference between anything that Democratic Plantation Negroes trying to put out there. It is lineage specific for Black Americans who descend from chattel slavery and who descendants of Jim Crow.
I agree with Rob Bourne, my man Rob Bourne.
Oh man, not Rob Bourne, man.
No. He said something good. He said FBA catching steam. It could possibly blow up if its scholars step up. People like Khalif is knocking it out the park tonight. Ani was knocking it out the park.
Rob Bourne a couple times on Clubhouse, man. He know my body.
Yeah. So hold up. Let me see. Somebody say that's how the stimulus worked. They can get a huge cash payment. GS exactly. But what I'm saying is, if organization, let me show y'all something real quick.
Brother Tahaka, let me ask y'all this: when has Black people ever got reparations? When has a Black nation ever got reparations? Because the people y'all naming are non-Black, so we can't try to follow the protocol of the same people that's oppressing us.
Bro, listen what I'm telling you. It's a legal standard. It's a political standard we're looking at. We're not looking at the people. We're looking at the political construct.
Yeah, but that doesn't work for us, brother.
Hold up, brother. You got to listen. We're looking at the political standard in the structure of how it was awarded. That's the only thing we can go off. Nobody is going to award reparations if you're not going into the construct, because you're going into the system and trying to pull out that which you put in. So you have to bring the construct that predates your request. What are you talking about? You just can't throw rocks at the window and say, "Give me money."
No, I understand that, but we had that when we had the Freeman Bureau. And we still didn't get reparations under Reconstruction. So I don't understand. Like, the procedure that you're naming doesn't work for us. They know what they owe us.
What are you talking about, bro? There haven't been anyone the Freeman Bureau was given to us.
Yeah, and we both got reparations, 40 acres in the mule.
Hold up. The only difference is that you have people that are stepping up and they're presenting their argument in the construct in which other groups presented their argument and was successful. What are you talking about? You're not making a lot of sense, brother.
Brother, I'm asking you.
You can't come with a foreign argument. You can't come up with a foreign argument to a system that accepts a process.
What? I'm confused. What do you mean?
There's a process to reparations. My brother Khalif said he studied.
Brother, we've been going through the process since we've been so-called free.
Let me finish.
It's been written in the Constitution. We got 40 acres in the mule, right?
Hold up. That's a straw man argument. Brother Khalif says he's studied this. What is he studying? He's studying what has worked, and I'm hoping he is. What hasn't worked, he's looking at different nationalities. He's looking at different circumstances. He's looking at what has failed, what has gained steam, who has dropped the ball. He's looking at all of this. Okay. And from that, he builds his team around that, and he modify it to modern times to be successful. To work within the system. No, this is how I move. To work within the system that's already structured to keep us out. So he just said the ski mask. He gave you the degree. He gave it to you.
Ski mask.
See, listen to this. Just like FBA can be a general term, or it can be definitive to my brother Khalif. Moorish science is speaking the same language. But what you see on the internet is not that. What you see on the internet is swindlers and frauds. They've never been to a temple. They don't understand what a temple is. They don't know the political aspect of Moorish science. Not only do they know the spiritual aspect of Moorish science, and they're trying to sell you something of a piece of paper that's going to save you. That's not Moorish science. What he's talking, what I'm talking, we just related on the same level because that's real Moorish science. But with that being said, let me that Supreme Clientele say his last thing, because brother, you giving an argument that is really, it can't sustain right here, brother. You in the big league right now, brother. This ain't Sinetta, brother.
You said what?
Man, he the GOAT. That's my man. I like his stuff.
Supreme Clientele, are you going to come and debate me about the American flag or not?
No, I definitely want to have that debate, brother. You've been ducking that smoke for some time now. I was in your city, you ain't hit me up.
Bro,
I hit you when I was in your city, you never responded.
I didn't see that you hit me. I work hard.
Okay.
But listen to me. Do you want to have that debate? Let's set it up right here. What day you want to do it? Saturday night?
Absolutely. We can set up sometime next week.
Now let's set it up right now before the people.
I said sometime next week.
No, we need a date. See, this is that ambiguous talk again.
Either on Tuesday and Thursday. That's the best days for me.
Let's do Tuesday 9 to 10.
Tuesday, that's good. 1 hour.
No, I can't beat you up in 1 hour. I need to drag you.
That's all I need is 1 hour.
But I need 2. I like to drag you real good.
Nah, I don't got 2 hours, brother. I'm busy. I got 1 hour.
And you gotta show your face.
That's not a problem, brother.
Because I don't beat up on mysteries.
That's not a problem. You got my IG, you know my face.
I don't know your face. I don't look at people IG. People send me stuff all day, brother. I'm Tahaka Bay. I'm the more you gonna remember. I ain't got time to remember people.
Absolutely, and that's my joint too. That track.
I love you, brother. But let me get back to my brother Khalif, because he was breaking down some sides, brother. And I'm gonna see you next Tuesday. Y'all heard him say it next Tuesday. The debate is Moors are sellouts because we fly the American flag.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
I'm going to show that he's a sellout because he worked within the American system, and although he don't fly the flag, the principles of the flag, he benefits from it every day. Every day. And I'm going to show that he's a sellout, he's a hypocrite, and he's a fraud. Because he paid taxes. He paid taxes. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to show him, although he's not flying the flag, he's repping the flag.
And I don't rep the flag, brother. That's the big difference. I don't rep the flag.
Let me tell you something. If you didn't rep the flag,
not at all.
Expatriate. You love the flag. Expatriate. You know what that means?
I will in time. I will in time.
It's too beneficial now. Let me tell you something. It's people all around the world that's talking about in this FBA conversation.
Brother.
That come to America because they understand the opportunity that exists under that crazy flag. Now,
absolutely, but why would you still represent the flag?
Let me tell you something.
Why would you still represent the flag, brother? And they broke the treaty.
Let me spank them real quick. Let me tell you real quick. Let me spank them real quick. Brother, if you know your history, you know that the Europeans stole those colors from the Upper Nile, the Lower Nile, and the Blue Nile. These are where the colors come from. These colors was painted on the walls of ancient Kemet. These Europeans stole that and used that as, you know, they know magic, right? You know this, right? You know they use colors to draw you in. You don't understand what I'm saying? These are our colors. They manipulate that. I can show you the same, hold up, let me finish. I can show you almost the same exact design on the wall of Kemet. So now let me ask you a question. If someone steal my coat and I come and get my coat back and you see me with their coat on, don't accuse me of wearing a daggone coat. Are you crazy to me? You need to know your history. You deny your ancestors. Now let me tell you something. Europeans don't even know how to form a government. Every government that they had is predicated on the back of our people. Now, Europeans lived in the caves. They didn't form no government. They looked at how tribal life was. This is how government was born and birthed. What are you talking about? So when I understand. Now, let me finish. So when you talk about the flag, it's not the flag. It's not the flag.
It's what that flag represents.
No, the flag don't represent that.
It's what that flag represents. And you're flying it right next to your Moorish flag, brother. We have to question that, brother. You can't be for the people and for the oppressor. Because there's no way, even though I'm living under the thumb of woke society, there's no way I'm going to say I'm a proud American. By you flying that flag, it's saying that you a proud American. I was born in America, but I will never call myself American.
Because you're ignorant. Let me tell you something.
I'm not ignorant. I don't
whether you like it or not. Let me tell you something, brother. Whether you like
I don't want to be a part of something that don't want to be a part of me, brother. That's simple mathematics. I'm not going to fly the flag and be I'm a proud American after what Americans done to me and my people.
I'm going to ask Khalif. Hey, Khalif. In war, when one runs into another territory, let's say political, what's the first thing that they capture?
The flag.
Do the science. So am I flying it for them or what I'm doing?
But brother, you didn't capture anything because you're still
You're
ruling.
not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. Do the science. The brother said the ski mask. This is above you. This is above your pay grade. This above you. This science that I just gave you is above your pay grade. You don't understand what I'm saying. You don't get it. I just gave you the degree, but you ain't listening. Am I flying it or am I capturing it? Let me ask you, because you ain't never heard me say.
You're not capturing because you ain't captured anything. You're still living on the thumb of white supremacy, just like me, under that flag and what that flag represents.
Let me ask. Okay, let me ask you a question again. To capture something doesn't mean that you have the whole political power of that entity. To capture something is to put it on notice. When one captures a flag in war, that doesn't even mean that they got to the central authority where laws are exact. Capturing the flag, it says we're marching on. Do you know history, Supreme Clientele? When one captures the flag, that don't mean they in the White House. When one captures a flag, that don't mean that they at the location of the central authority. That means they're marching on. Study war, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. The war right now is a mental war, brother. You gotta get your mind right, brother. You gotta get your mind right, brother. I'm gonna let you go on that one, and I'm gonna embarrass you on Tuesday. Let me get my brother right. I'm gonna embarrass you on Tuesday.
Yeah, man, yo, you funny as hell.
Nah.
But listen, man,
I'll say, GS, back on topic. Don't let yourself be distracted. Y'all was going at it. So we back with Khalif. But some of these things got to happen, man. Brother Khalif, so let me ask you this. Have you spoke with Tariq Nasheed? He know that you ride for him?
Nah, I haven't talked to him. Nah, I don't know him. I just seen his stuff.
Hold up, brother.
I just like I said, I just seen his stuff over the years.
You haven't even talked to the brother that you riding for. He coined the phrase.
But you got to understand something. All I said was FBA is I'm intelligent enough to know that FBA is the remix of what Dr. Anderson is saying. So when I seen it, all Tariq Nasheed, I'm gonna break it down to you real simple like this. All Tariq Nasheed is a guy that is doing media, making movies, and creating books and museums.
I love this brother.
He's the equivalent. He's the equivalent to a black Tucker Carlson. But the thing is, in our world, we don't want to. We just, this nigga a leader. He a leader. Nah,
hey, bro, are you in Philly for real, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm coming to holler at you, bro. You
got to at me.
Listen, bro, I will hit 95 in a minute, bro.
Listen.
You sound like a friend of mine. His name Crypto.
Listen, come through on. Listen, you can come through on Saturday. We got a situation going on in my city around reparations. You could come through. I know you in Baltimore. That's about an hour away.
No, that's nothing, bro. I used to come up there every weekend. You know, one of my brothers got a temple up there. So, yeah.
And the whole point is, it's kind of like, it's just like this, man. Like, I don't want people to take I don't want people to.
You just said, a friend of mine told me, because I've been trying to figure it out. He's like, nah, man. Tariq is like this. You know what I mean? But
he just the guy that do me. Like, so when we put it in that position, it's kind of like, I don't like Tariq Nasheed. Let's just say Tariq Nasheed and Dr. Umar. They do two completely different things. Like, I'm just keeping it a bean. But what's happened is that we've become so, I'm going to be honest, like, we've become so weak as a people, not all of us, but a lot of people, that, we looking for a black messiah. We looking for a black messiah. One of my favorite quotes I tell people is that we don't need no leaders, but we just need people to lead by example. Because the examples that people are following is nonsense.
But what I'm saying is, what we really need is for example, in the Moorish Science Temple of America, we have administration. I'm the Grand Sheik, the Assistant Grand Sheik, and the rank goes all the way down. So if I decide tomorrow that I want to act a fool and I'm done with that, the Assistant Grand Sheik step up. It goes on. It just keeps going on. So what I'm saying is, I don't think we need so much as a people think is a leader. I think people misunderstanding what a leader is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The leader is supposed to be the spokesman or the spokeswoman for the constituents. The leader is accountable to the system or the construct that represents the constituents. And so when the leader fall to the wayside, the system is in place that says, who replaces that one. Without a system for everyone to be accountable for, you're not going nowhere fast. There has to be a system in place. You feel what I'm saying? In order for the representative, if you won't want to call it a leader, there needs to be a representative, a spokesman. It needs to be organized. The Europeans have organized this plot against us.
And we're in our genesis of this, because this political thing, it go back to the beginning, bro. Political and social. When
you want me to help me build y'all political platform?
Huh?
Want me to help y'all build it? I come up there.
It's happening, but like I told you, I mentioned you on Twitter. I found your Twitter because I put the Twitter heads up on you. I'm like, yo, Target, he doing the joint. Y'all gotta come holler. I told people come over to come see, because what's happening is this, man.
You knew you was gonna swing them blows.
Listen, man, I'm like Floyd Mayweather. I'm an undefeated champ. But when we come down and we start talking that stuff, it's just kind of like, when it comes down to like this FBA thing, like, we want people to understand the reparations, the delineation, and all of this stuff that we're talking about. But at the same time, it's lineage first and lineage specific. So that's building an idea. Like for the young boy that's on the corner that he trapping, he might not be fighting for reparations, right? But he now know, yo, I'm not just this broke young boy. I'm somebody who built this country. So it's an idea component too, because at the end of the day, ideology rules supreme. We don't have no ideology that make people feel empowered in the community right now. We got ideology that's telling people, yo, you was a king and queen thousands of years ago. Yeah, so you was that in the third, this, that, and the third. Now, what about that school called Richard Allen? Or what about the projects we got, Richard Allen projects? What about the Octavius Cato statue? Who that? A lot of people don't know about this. So it's a teaching mechanism, but I know everybody ain't gonna learn it that way. People are gonna learn by feeling empowered and feeling good about themselves. And what that does is, it's a part of the movement. This hip hop thing. FBA started hip hop. Of course we did. Now is a whole thing, but that's how you cross. I don't want to say cross over, but consciousness is going mainstream. And as consciousness goes mainstream, if you will, to the hip hop blogs and to the community on the gram and all that, people that's of the old conscious world, because I like to call myself, I'm a bastard of the conscious community, the bastards of the conscious community, right?
We must be in the same boat then.
You know what I'm saying? But these people, these people from the conscious community, guys like me who've been following for years, like, damn, all right, cool. What's been built? One, but then two, how can we come together to get something from this government? Because at the end of the day, we all smart, we all know this, we all know that, we all boom, that's cool. But how are we gonna put on that ski mask, grab that blinky, and get what we need so that when at the end of the day, 5-10 years from now, because we gotta beat the 2030 plan. We gotta beat the 2030 plan. The 2030 plan is structured for our demise. Right? So we have to beat that plan. And as we beat that plan, it's organizing on the political spectrum, which I'm talking about, and then organizing on the social spectrum. And that's happening as we speak. So listen, man, let's get the game popping, man. Listen, I'm Floyd Mayweather. I'm the undefeated champ of this thing. You know what I mean?
You're not, bro. You can't see me, Khalif. You can't. but you know what? You know what? You're so honest. You're so honest. You're so honest. When you spoke about Tariq Nasheed, I've heard that before. In matter of fact, my brother Zar, I think Zar wrote in the chat like Tariq is a great entertainer. But he's rallying the troops. He's rallying the troops. And I think he's doing a phenomenal job and rallying the troops too. And I think what it's going to take is brothers like you and Ani, and I think for the love of God, I think that's the brother name that was on here the other day. I think brothers like that, y'all need to get together, because without organization, ain't nothing popping.
Now we got people. I just don't see. That's the thing, though. That's another thing, right? It's people. We got people that's organizing. I'm organizing with the people that I organize in my group, but right. I'm not just organizing with anybody just because they're FBA. Like just because you Black American, that mean I'm not about to deal with you. Just
I am. Hey, bro, I'm with you. Or that goes sincere love to God. You know what I mean? Like him, very intelligent. Spill on it the other night. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that too. Like in the more science simple of America, like it ain't a free fall. If you ain't got no good character, if you ain't got no good moral standards, and you ain't trying to improve yourself and put your hand in the mud, then you're not welcome here.
And real quick, man. And I was on when I was on Dr. Ma'at John, right? I was breaking it down to them because I'm heavy on June.
Shout out to Dr. Ma'at. I know she's watching.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Ma'at. I love her, man. She be holding it down.
That's my sister.
when I was talking about the Juneteenth flag and the representation and what it meant, right? Because I'm a Juneteenth boy. I come out of that school. I come out of Reconstruction school. But when I was breaking down the whole Juneteenth thing and the flag, the representation, and kind of sort of like what that means to people, all it is we teaching somebody something new, because the only thing that people is getting taught now, I'm 26, bro. They're being taught to be, they're being taught self-hate. When we listen to the rap music, when we see what we see on social media, it's all this self-hate. And the biggest part of my job and being doing what I'm doing is to lead the people by example, to lead people somewhere. We got people saying they want to be leaders, but where are you leading people to? Y'all leading niggas to a burning pit. You see what I'm saying? Y'all leading people to be strung out, drugged out rappers. I'm trying to lead people to understanding who they are as a people, but also having some ethnic pride.
What does the, and I was going to say that Zenzuna, he put it out there, Tariq made a flag for FBA. When you
but that's the I like the FBA flag, don't get me wrong, but I do the Juneteenth flag. I got the Juneteenth flag created by Ben Haith in Boston Ben.
No, which flag that you like though? The burgundy one or the
I only rock the Juneteenth flag. I don't rock no other flag.
No, I'm just saying, you say, I'm talking about the flag that you don't, so you don't fly the flag that Tariq made?
I ain't got nothing wrong with it. Like, it's just that I only fly the Juneteenth flag because I'm a Juneteenth guy. Like, I'm a direct student under Mr. Juneteenth himself. So I don't fly no other flags. Like, it's cool. Like, people can fly the Black American Heritage flag around me and the FBA flag. Y'all can all do that. But I fly the Juneteenth flag because I'm the Juneteenth guy.
And let me explain why we fly the American flag. It's flag protocol when you're.
You can fly that too. My bad. I forgot. Like,
no, what I'm saying is, it's flag protocol. When you're flying a flag that represents a nation, which the Moorish flag does, it represents us as a nation, and you fly your flag, it's called flag protocol. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. And if you go into any community, whether it's the Italian community, whether it's the Chinese community, you will see that they fly their flag next to the nation's flag. We are in America, aren't we? That's just flag protocol. So right. I don't know why people would think they go to school and they send their children to school saying the Pledge of Allegiance, or they send their children to school and the flag is right there. The flagpole is right there in the middle of the school, but now the flag is the demon. You know what I'm saying? Right. No, it's the people that's the demon. It's not the flag. The flag can't do nothing. In the words of Tariq Anel Bey, spoons don't make people fat. Flags don't kill people.
Right now, and we got people that fly the American flag. Shout out to Gullah Geechee in the chat. It's people that's rock with me. They fly the Gullah Geechee flag too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, if you are living in America, and you have a political organization, it would be in the best interest, if you have a headquarters somewhere, it would be in the best interest to, if you're going to fly a flag protocol, because you're being political. Flag protocol will have it that you fly your flag next to the nation's flag. That's just flag protocol. You feel what I'm saying? Now, like you saying, a Juneteenth flag, yeah, you can fly that, but if you're flying a flag that represents a nation, it's protocol. Like, flags don't kill people. Spoons don't make people fat. Guns don't kill people. It's people.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, bro, absolutely, man. It's one of those types of things. Listen, I let people rock out. They fly their own thing. Everybody do their own thing. As long as we on code to get what we need to get, I'm with it.
See, I like what Big Mighty say. Battle time now. It's time to organize and build. And that's one thing that I like, that I really like to put on the table, is that organizing. But you ain't got to tell everybody how you organize it.
Yeah.
Let it be goofy. Let it be goofy. Absolutely. I'm telling you that yes, I'm spearheading the Moorish Science Temple of America in the midst of all of these groups. And there's other leaders of Moorish factions, but I asked somebody to name them. You don't know them. So I'm the face of it today.
Hey, yo, I just followed you on the gram too, man.
You did, man. I'm gonna follow you, bro. I'm gonna follow you back. And I don't really be following a lot of people, but I'm gonna follow you back. You sharp, bro. Bro, let me. Would you email me, because I ain't gonna be able to get it now, or put it in the back chat? You know how to put it in the back chat?
I don't know how to do the back chat, John.
I'm gonna come up there and sit, which I probably can't do it this weekend because we're gonna be in front. We're gonna be in front of the temple this weekend, selling items and talking to the people and building. You know what I'm saying? But probably next weekend, and I'm gonna try to get up to York, PA, this weekend too. But after that, I'm gonna swing by.
Say no more, man. Listen, it's all about the bill. We trying to get the advancement for the people.
Somebody said, GS, why are you drilling him on who is the leader? Let me explain to you one more time. It's not that I'm looking for an independent figurehead. What I'm saying is, if something is progress is being made, if there's a think tank, there will be a centralized figure to express the thoughts of the whole. So you can call it a leader, you can call it a figurehead or a representative. So that's what I'm asking. Where is the representative who is putting it on the ground that represents the whole constituent? See, many people think when I say leader, and I don't want you to think this, that when I say leader, that I'm talking about some independent person that on his own accord say, I'm the leader, and they don't have no program, no structure. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the representative, the mouthpiece. The president of the United States is what they call the leader of the free world. But the office of the president is what runs the country. The office of the president. You see what I'm saying?
So, oh, yeah. Brother Tarka, real quick, somebody said it in the chat. They just said when people, and this is true, when people ask like who is the leader, the code is the leader. But when FBA, when people, I mean, from the lineage, when they hear like when they asking like who the leader, different thing, like it kind of suspect because that's kind of what I'm not saying you, but I'm just throwing it out there for the chat so that people know. Like
the code is the leader, and I definitely agree with that. And so that's why I try to say I'm just looking for the person that's moving on the behalf of the whole. Because I want to see what has been done. Not necessarily the person, but where can I find the actual thing that has been done for the whole by the one that comes from the think tank of FBA. Direct lineage from the think tank. Direct lineage.
And the lineage.
Yeah, lineage. Direct lineage from Tariq Nasheed calling it FBA. Who or where's the representative, and show me the bill that he or she put on the table. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And remember, and this for the chat, remember, FBA is just a lineage. It ain't no organization. You have individuals who are FBA by lineage, who's building how they build, and there's no leader. The code is the leader. We're building amongst around the country. Shout out to the peoples. They done just did these pull-ups around the country in over 20 different states, demanding our reparations, demanding a proper representation, and demanding an anti-Black hate crime bill. And that's all about people who are FBA of lineage, no organization, but people who understand that the code is the leader and that we have to build something.
Okay, let me say this here. Elwin say you're talking to him, GS. Why do you want the head thinker? Forget the head thinker. I'm trying to pinpoint the progress. And even to pinpoint the progress, you have to send me to a central location and show me the progress. Because the progress is what makes it legit. Talking doesn't make it legit. Screaming FBA doesn't make it legit. The agenda and the goal and making headway makes it legit. So forget the leader, forget the head thinker. Where do I go to see the movement off of the internet is the point.
Right. And I'm gonna just drop like a few organizations' names real quick. Y'all can check out NAASD. They're based in California. CJAC, they're based in California.
Yeah, how ambiguous that is. The progress is the mindset of a whole.
CBAC, Concerned Black American Citizens. I'm the director of that organization. You got CAP, they're down in Maryland. You have United Sons and Daughters of Freedmen. That's Dor Abba, that's BTP and them. So you got different organizations, like I said, that's putting in work, and then you have individuals who putting in work. So there's a bunch of people. Like I don't really want to do the organization thing, like I said, because there's a lot of people individually that's building because
that's what I was originally saying. I'm gonna leave this FBA topic alone because I think y'all straight. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. I mean, I might come back again if somebody try to bother me, but yeah.
Hey, put my
I think you and the brother Love God and Ani, y'all really made it clear. I think y'all made it clear. I think y'all made it clear enough where I can understand. It's in the infancy, and what could become of it could be real big.
Put my Twitter handle in the joint. A couple people asked for my Twitter handle. My Twitter facts215_.
Facts215_. But bro, if yeah, you sent me. Let me see. because I'm about to get out of here. Bro, I'm coming up there. We're going to sit down and build, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to sit down and build, bro, because, yeah, this is good here. But anybody got any questions? Nah, I don't want y'all antagonized. But Brother Khalif,
it's no antagonizing me. Like I said, I'm the undefeated champ. I've been doing this thing since the beginning.
See, I was gonna get you with the flag because many people talk about the American flag, but the FBA 1826 flag.
Is 1526.
1526 is an adaptation of a white supremacist flag. Did you know that?
Well, you got to show me some proof, but I haven't seen that.
All right, hold on.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
All right, I'm about to show.
But again, they go back to what I was saying. People gonna fly what they want to fly, so I ain't trying to get. I ain't in no traps. People gonna fly what they want to fly. I'm just
saying, somebody brought it to my attention, and I was like, "Wow, hold up, I'm about to bring it up."
But people be capping on FBA though, bro. So I don't believe a lot of stuff.
All right, I'm about to bring this up. So it says the National Socialist Movement. Give me 1 second.
And where's the information coming from?
We're gonna look it up.
All right, say no more.
We're gonna look it up. Hold up. All right. I'm trying to save it real quick.
FBA freedom. We in here heavy. It look like we in here heavy, man. I ain't gonna hold
Y'all be repping. But they be scared to hit that link. They be scared to hit that link. They know Tahaka Bay bring that heat. You know what I mean?
I bring that heat too, man. My jab so fast, that shit. Boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? I told him like before, heavyweight champion.
Okay. All right. Now I'm about to drop it right here. Pace.
Spud McKenzie, like you said, we're gonna slide every time.
Who?
Nah, Spud McKenzie said in the chat, FBA gonna slide. Absolutely. We're gonna slide every time.
FBA slide tonight. Not tonight. You know what I mean? Shoot, I don't want people to think that it's a war against FBA.
No, it's all love.
That's so corny to me. You know what I mean? Like we should be I always said on my channel that we should be able to have conversations that don't turn into desperation where we start talking stupid to one another. I ain't with that. That's goofy. But with that being said, here we go. I'm about to show it to you. All right, let me screenshot. Bam. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna look that up. All right, so now the argument is that it's an adaptation of the National Socialist Movement flag.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta show me this. But even still, like, whoever's saying this and whoever putting this out, they could just be a Tariq hater. I never seen nobody that had the amount of haters this guy got. I'm just keeping it a bean.
That's what I'm saying. So now let's look up the National Social Movement flag.
And they said the same thing about the Juneteenth. They said the same thing about the Juneteenth flag to me. So I mean, they said the Black American flag, the Black American Heritage flag, was like the Angolan flag.
So what they're saying is that it added a black fist. It added a black fist, changed some things around, and added some the I think with those Olive Jones.
We gotta see the receipts, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So now let's look up the National Socialist flag. Hold up. I'm about to turn it. Oh, I got a screen share. Here we go. Let me screen share. Here we go. So,
hey, Rob Bourne, you the bid, man. I gotta get back on Clubhouse and cook you like the good old days too, man.
There you go, right there. So the argument is that the flag is just a remix, where the swastika is removed, which that's our symbol anyway. But where the swastika was removed, it is just a remix.
I'm saying, what's the sort?
The National Socialist flag.
Come on, man. Like we make a straw man. Come on, bro. You know it's a straw man argument.
That's what I'm saying.
This is I got to answer this, bro. This is a straw man argument.
No, this is what presented to me. I don't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I could just be a hater. Like,
no, but listen to me. Listen to the stars and stripes. The two pyramids to the side. It's just change of colors.
I mean,
you got FBA 1526. You got the NSM USA. The only thing different is the swastika, the color, and the branches.
Look, man. Again, like I said,
he got the straw man, though. I think it's very similar.
He got the maroon flag too. He got the
Yeah. So this is what has been presented, and it does look like I wouldn't even know that there's a socialist, whatever that is. I don't know what that is.
So you didn't know that. You think Tariq know that, and he took that? Like, you really think he did that? Keep it a bean.
Bro, it's so close, though. Come on, man. That's really close.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like,
you don't think that's close?
Nah, I think it's a straw man argument that somebody made. Because every flag looked the same.
Nah, bro, this is pretty close, bro. Come on, bro.
That's not. That's like saying the what's one of them flags that people be rocking?
Nah, bro, that's pretty close, bro. Come on.
Nah.
This is just you just change the colors and change the number.
This look, this flag right here got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It got 12 stars. This one got 3. One flag got 12, the other one got 3. This flag don't have no dates. This flag don't have no dates. Like, come on, man.
No, bro. What I'm saying is, once you change the colors and the numbers of the stars and stripes, you pretty much got the same flag. Except for the fist here, and then you got the swastika here. You got
it goes back to what I was saying from the beginning, though, bro. I rep the Juneteenth flag. If you rock the FBA flag, I rock with you. But people can say something about the Moorish American flag. So it's all like
absolutely. And guess what? Let me tell you about that argument. People say that the Moorish flag is a Moroccan flag, which doesn't even make sense. Because Morocco was not even a state until the 1950. Prophet Noble Ali was teaching in 1913, so it doesn't even make sense.
Look, man, all I'm saying is, again,
so the Moorish flag actually, before it represented the state of Morocco, it actually represent Moors in a empire type environment, and it was a seafarer's flag. So you know what I mean? So it is.
But it's always but in the conscious community,
people say we got Moroccan flag. People say it all the time.
But in the conscious community, it's always in a I got you moment. It's always one of those types of things. So it's kind of one of those types of things where it's though like I'm not really gonna, take a straw man situation because the person that's probably saying that they might not like Tariq. Let's be honest. We gotta keep it clean.
And that's fine. But when you look at this, it's like people that don't like me. And so let me see what it's called again. It's called National Socialist Movement. National Socialist Movement.
Right.
Movement. Let me see what they got. All right. What they got here. National Socialist Movement. Here we go. Copy.
Somebody said put the Moor flags up. Somebody said put them Jones up side by side. Let's see that real quick.
I can. No problem.
I'm never nobody never heard. Like, I'm just saying, I don't think Tariq looked up that flag and was like, oh, let me just copy it. I think that's, again, to go back to his fans. He got a lot of fans that be like, oh, he did that. And then they're running a straw man argument. That's all.
Is that it?
Yeah. That's how they do it.
So it just in turn. That's all. That's what people are saying.
I like I said, man, I think a hater could have sent that to you. Was like, yo, you gotta get him with this one, bro. I'm keeping it a bean.
Chicago really, man. Hey, Chicago really, stop that, man. Talk about I'm eating well.
Hey, yo, I'm crying.
Hey, Chicago really, come on, man. I've been doing this too long, brother. Come on. Now, listen, when someone is dedicated to doing social media and bringing information and building on a social media platform, you can't accuse me for eating off something. It's a subject matter, brother. Cut it out. How about eating off of this? It's a great topic to talk about.
That's right.
That's a good one, though. Nah, for real. How many times you heard me in here say hit the Cash App?
In this job?
Yeah.
Nah, people were just don't. I just seen people that just going up.
Do you hear me say that?
Nah, you say like, share, and send it out.
And anybody on Moorish World TV know good and well that I don't do that. But if I need my brothers and sisters to support, they come through.
Now they said they was gonna send you $50 for a new chair.
That's right, and I'm gonna get one too. Watch. She sent it. She sent the $50.
Hey,
come on, give me a chair. You dug all right, I am. Shoot. But anyway, somebody said drop the link. Maybe they got some smoke for you. Who got some smoke for my bro before we get out of here? Hold up. Come on, hit the link.
I always want to.
I can't. I mean, he got me on the ropes. He got me on the ropes. Tariq, you better be proud of this young man. You better be proud.
Hey, but remember, Tahar, remember I told you I'm a student of Dr. Anderson before anything.
Oh yeah. And that's the program that we, and Tariq Nasheed also said that to his credit, he says that he was inspired by Dr. Anderson too. And so to his
Minister Farrakhan and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes. And I tell you, the Minister Farrakhan inspired me to put the Moorish Science Temple on my back the way he did the nation after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad passed away. He put it on his back.
Right.
I mean, you got to honor that. You got to honor that. With a handful of people, he put it on his back.
Absolutely.
That's big business. Let me get my brother Eric Bond in the building. Eric, friend or foe? Friend or foe?
Man, you already know what's real with me. It's real walkie-talkie, man. Y'all doing a great job, man. I'm listening to y'all brothers, man. I was about to fall asleep, man. My birthright was today. My birthright was today, so I just turned 44. So, man, I was listening to y'all, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. Salute, man. Straight up.
Thank you for calling in for that, man, because it's time for people like yourself to call in to acknowledge that we're just having a conversation, no matter how hype one gets, no matter how I may yell and all of that. We are brothers in the same struggle. It is what it is. Here we go. Eric Bond. Hold up, Eric Bond. He rapping the set. Hey,
you in here heavy.
I need some tethers up in here. Send me the tethers. Send the tethers in.
Yeah, heavy, man.
Salute, man. Salute.
Thank you so much, Eric Bond. We need that positive energy, brother, because we definitely just having a conversation for our people who need to be free, and we need it now. Period, point blank. And whatever people bring it to the table, we should support, but we shouldn't support if we don't understand. And these conversations help give understanding. Period. Thank you, big bro.
Well, you know, I think one last thing. I think that it comes off so confrontational, but people they getting tired of that. They tired of that right now.
That's so cool.
Everybody ain't trying to be confrontational. Just like I was just talking to somebody about just say for instance the Lakers or Chicago Bulls. What I say, man, I don't know these people like that, but we could just talk and just dialogue. Just to, you know what I'm saying? Why can't we dialogue no more?
Exactly, man. And as soon as we get the dialogue, and then somebody feel as though somebody on the comment section, oh, they bodied you, Tahaka Bay. Okay, now what? Like it's a conversation. Like, okay, whatever. But yeah, thank you so much, brother, for your positive reinforcement on the show. And these are things that we need to have on social media and all of our platforms. You follow me?
Salute,
indeed. So hold up. We got Jesse Paris in the building. Friend or foe?
I'm actually a friend. I'm actually subscribed to your channel.
Break it
what
down.
I wanted to say
somebody sent me about the flag. Maybe you can express that real quick and how it came together. But maybe
if you could pull up officialfba.com, I can share it. If you allow me to share it, I can share it.
You pulled it up?
Yeah.
Or you want me to?
You can pull it up, or I can share it.
If you pull it up, I can share it. You on the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you pull it up, you pull it up, I'll share it. That's right. We're gonna get a quick lesson here.
Lessons.
Before we leave out the door, we're gonna get a quick lesson. He came in rapping, boy. Yeah.
Yes,
So, brother, while you're trying to pull it up, are you let me ask you, man. It's hard to even ask questions. People's like, why you want to know where he from? I'm trying to see what movement is good. Why you asking where he from? You don't need to know all that. You an agent. You can't ask that. I ain't even gonna ask no questions, man. Forget it. People crazy, man. There you go, brother.
All right, so here's the website.
Oh, you checked
officialfba.com. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
So yeah, I'm a proud foundational Black American. My ancestors built this country. There'd be no United States of America for people to flee to if it wasn't for our ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears. So I am FBA and proud. And this is the history of FBA right here. It goes all the way back before 1619 to actually 1526, when the first slaves were brought here by the Spanish. So it, like I said in the chat, reading is fundamental. All people got to do is go to officialfba.com. All their questions will be answered about FBA. But there's a section in here about the flag.
About the book. You got the book?
I don't have the book currently. I'm definitely working on getting it though.
You better
FBA,
get the book.
Look, you see Noble Drew Ali right there.
You see Noble Drew. Yeah.
Tariq Nasheed better have Drew Ali up there. I'm gonna send the tethers at him.
Right. So there's two flags. There's a maroon flag.
I'm sorry, I like that saying.
This is the maroon flag right here. And you can see the description of what it represents and what maroon societies were established under this flag, right? So then we keep scrolling down.
Hold up, go back up. What was that? Go back up. You moved too fast.
That's the shirt.
No, not that one. Oh, I already said you better have no peen up there. But look, Supreme Clientele say why we flying the flag and FBA got the flag flying right there. That's just an ignorant argument, man. We live in this country. Come on.
Right. And we built this country. We actually built the flag.
Come on, bro.
It was our ancestors that built that flag.
You know what I always. My bad.
I just want to get to this part about the flag, the bandana that I have. So there's the bandana right there. And then there's a bigger flag, which my homeboy Kukizi, he has one of these flags. That's how I met Sincere Love to God, through him. And then we got the talisman too. We got the banner that you can put up in the window.
Y'all gonna build that museum.
It's already built.
It's already up.
It's already rocking and rolling. I'm behind time.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm about.
Here's the t-shirts. Okay, here's the flag. Here's the meaning of the flag. The 3 stars represents 3 groups that make up the ethnic group that would become foundational Black Americans. The Black Aboriginal people of North America, the Black explorers and the traders who had contact with the Americas before Columbus, the captives brought to the Western Hemisphere from Africa. This is what the fist represents, the nonstop fight that foundational Black Americans have engaged in against white supremacy. This battle began on this land in 1526. The olive branches represent the historic camaraderie and peace between Black-skinned Aboriginal and Black captives on this land. The white background represents a system of racism and white supremacy being a constant threat, and the activity on top represents foundational Black Americans never surrendering to white supremacy. The red, white, and blue color scheme pays homage to foundational Black American teen girl Grace Wisher, who helped craft the current United States flag. And then the 9 stripes on the flag represent the numerous rebellions that have occurred, slave rebellions that have occurred over the centuries.
Tariq is a genius. He really Tariq, man, Tariq is a genius. He's very creative, man. I'm telling you, because you know our history is way far deeper than that. You do know that.
Yes, of course.
So I mean,
brother, I've studied Kemet, I've studied Kush, I've studied all the ancient African kingdoms and empires. So you number words.
Snapshot. And so let me ask you, brother Shay. We not definitely it's Shay, right?
Shay, Che Guerrero.
So we not FBA is not boxing. And I actually heard Tariq said that today, and I'm glad I did. He was like, we're not having diaspora wars.
Right.
But at the same time, it sounds double talk. when it's pointed out of all of the dislike and hate that some people that come from the international community that's also connected to us by bloodline have the disdain for us. But that's the colonized mind that has the disdain. It's not the individual. Why ostracize those who have been taught by the colonizer? Because see, we was enslaved, and so we activate from a slave mind if we're not conscious, and our international family, they activate from a colonized mind. So
okay,
like,
can I respond to your question? Okay, so here in America, we have black people that have undermined our movements. Right. We had Eugene Roberts, who undermined Garvey, who undermined the Black Panthers. COINTELPRO sent them in to undermine our movements, right? We have a term for these people. We call them coons. We call them sellouts. We call them Sambos. Now we got these tethers that the U.S. government allows to come over here to undermine us. We're not saying that all black people of the diaspora are tethers and coons. What we're saying is you need to check your tethers and your coons that they bring over here. We check our coons over here. We check our Sheriff Clarks. We check our Jesse Lee Petersons. We check them. So if you are a foreign brother or sister from another country and you're over here in America benefiting off the gains of foundational Black Americans, then it's your duty to check the coons that are here to undermine us and everything that we got going on here.
But if you look at the history of our people, how do you determine who is the foundational quote unquote Black American?
Because I'm glad you got to that, because here it is right here. A foundational Black American is a person classified as Black who can trace their bloodline lineage back to the American system of the South, of slavery, excuse me. To be designated as FBA, you must have one parent, must come from a non-immigrant background in the United States of America.
Check this out. Somebody that was FBA said Jay-Z was an immigrant.
We don't have no proof. There's no proof on that. It's fake online articles, man.
But that's what I'm saying. So why is the thoughts of FBA? That's why I say it got to be centralized and organized, because it was definitely an FBA on here talking about Jigga. You know what I'm saying? His mother was
It's online articles that people be making. So like somebody can just make a fake article, and some people, I'm just being honest, like some people knew the research.
How do you prove who's who? Because people look at me like, my wife told me today, I seen somebody look like you at somewhere. She was like, I had to look twice. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a unique look. You know what I'm saying? I got a real unique look. Like, I don't know.
Now I see. Look, he just described how we prove like who's who. So like one of the biggest questions is like you can easily ask like I'm young, so I could be like I say this to my man. Yo, where your folks from? Everybody gonna say their family's from down south one way or another. So
yeah, my folks is from South Carolina. My folks are from South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, and
so you're talking about immediate tethers, not historical.
I'm talking about the Roland Martins and the Candace Owens.
The present tethers.
Yeah, Candace Owens, Kamala Harris, Obama, those type of people.
You know, right. The present tethers, the modern day tethers.
Right. We're not talking about the writers.
I'm taking tethers.
Tahaka Bay. We're not talking about the writers. We're not talking about the Marcus Garbys. We're not talking about the Kwame Toure's.
We're talking about them. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you for that. Because that's
I myself, my grandparents were Garbyites, so I know about the UNIA. I know about the Universal Negro Improvement Association. I know about the Black Panthers because I'm a Black Panther Cub. I literally have relatives that were Black Panthers and Garbyites, so I know this history. And I'm not too much older than Brother Khalif. I'm 35, so I know a little bit. I don't know everything. I'm still learning, like Millie Fuller always says.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you, you know, before we get out of here, I want to say thank you, my brother. But he just mentioned Neely Fuller. Who else we mentioned earlier?
Dr. Anderson
and Brother Anderson. Man, if I'm gonna tell you, if we're gonna do anything, that is going to be it's necessary to be codified and put on the ground with boots on the ground. This internet is too convoluted. The only thing it can do is it inspire people to hopefully get some work done on it.
Let me stop sharing. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I ain't playing. I am codified. I'm on code. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about the code. So anybody talking about code and you have not read this book or even looked at this book, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-oh. Eric Bond. Yes, my brother.
Yeah. No, I just wonder, man, the brother, he on point, but I was thinking about other viewpoints. I wanted to get your thoughts about even the prince from Demona, ICL, that had his burial last week. I wanted to get y'all viewpoints on that. Just as far as us just being, not so much going back and forth about this and that. What's y'all viewpoints on that? Because that was a major funeral, and it was several dignitaries from Chicago, from Israel, that spoke up for that brother.
Well, let me tell you,
you believe it or not.
Let me tell you my point is. My point is we all one big family.
Yeah, and that's what we're not saying that we're not a family.
I just want to say this.
Saying, like,
some
look,
of our worst enemies, some of our worst enemies was those who were not tethers. You know what I mean? The ones who killed Malcolm X, the ones who shot Dr. Khalid Muhammad, the ones who stabbed Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and I can go on and on. Our biggest problem is us. That's our biggest threat. The infiltration of the mind of the FBA, not those outside, it's us. Because they have always, the coon, as my brother would call, the coon is the worst enemy.
Yes.
That's
and we gotta do
worse than all of them.
Unfortunately, we gotta do like Hayden did.
Talk about my brother.
And get rid of them coons.
I just wanted to ask
when Hayden had their rebellion, they went after their coons first. Before they went after Master, they went after their coons first.
There you go. And so the point about my Hebrew brother, I think that brother did a wonderful job to take the Hebrew Israelite community to another level, and he deserves all the respect and honor that could be given to a human being for the fight of our cause. Period. Point blank. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. I just want to get positive viewpoint. I just, I heard different viewpoints. I'm like, well, at the end of the day, for me, it's like, well, what did you do? I was telling one of my guys, I was like, well, what did you do? This brother spent 60, 70 years doing, you know what I'm saying? Him and Ben Ami. I said, what did you do, bro?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I like Miss Love say brothers and sisters first, cousins later. I'm telling you, those who have compromised our movements, from Martin Luther King to anybody, man, it was that slave here. It was that slave mind that did it. And those should be out.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, if anybody ever watched Moorish World TV, people's like, oh, why are you exposing people? Why are you exposing people? Because the threat within is worse than any threat without.
But
like
you know one thing, Moorish World, one thing, brother, and I know I can't get on because my work schedule, but I'll be looking at it. I'll be looking look on the side because I'm working for them people. But listen, low key, listen. I'm always tuned in, but the one thing about it, your program could go so much higher if it wasn't so much combativeness. If you look at like somebody, I'm gonna give you an example, like a Math Hoffa, somebody that rose to the occasion in the hip hop industry. You see a lot of people, they just and you do a good job, but just listen, just like the brothers just on here right now. They do a good job, but just listening. Brothers ain't cutting nobody off or doing nothing. Everybody just listen. But your program could be so much more, brother.
But let me tell you, let me drop a bomb on you. Y'all ready for this? I'm gonna drop a bomb. What I do on Moorish World TV was and is intentional. And this is why. the Moors have been at the back of the bus of what we call the conscious community, and the Moors have been treated like the stepchild of conscious circles. Whether we choose to admit it or not, the Moors, these Moors want to be so eloquent and sharp on law, on worthless ideals, on silly stuff that gets us nowhere. And so in order to get the attention so people can hear the true perspective of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I had to bogart my way through. Now that I'm here and I'm speaking to brothers like Khalif, Shay, Eric, and other fabulous speakers that have good perspective, now after I done bogarted my way through, now we can raise it up. You understand what I'm saying, brother? The Moors have been the stepchild, brother. Look around. You cannot find one Moorish American that I know of that can sit up here and have an intelligent conversation with people, brothers, sisters, foreigners, whomever, of different contexts, and be able to relate, laugh, and make it real. You never seen that with no more.
You had Sabir. You had Sabir Bay on the show.
Shay, don't get me started. Sabir gonna come up here with a bunch of books. He gonna come up here. He gonna do that. Yeah, you know, you got to read this book. See, I know nobody want to challenge me. See, they know the Christian community know me. See, if you ain't read this, you ain't did nothing. See, I got books for days. I got books. You see, you got books, I got books. See, they won't challenge me. And then you say, come on, let's debate, Sabir. Pay me $1,000. Hell no. Ain't that him? He's a joke, man. He's a joke. I stay around. He's a joke. Go watch the show. He probably do it tonight. He's a joke, man. I love the brother, but when it comes to being real, being relatable, and having conversations that could go somewhere, it doesn't exist, man. He has some good points, but I'm telling you, you might go sleep before you get to the point. And you gotta wake up and find it again. He's like talking to an old man with wisdom. Like, dang, man, when are you gonna get to the point? I got to go to work. Shout out to Sabir, man. You're gonna talk about your mom. Anything you want to say in closing? Let's pass it around real quick. Eric, anything you want to say in closing, brother?
No, I was just gonna say, man, a great show. Like I said, I ain't been able to catch y'all that much, man. This brother, what's his name? Shay, and the other brother.
Khalif.
Yeah, Khalif. Man, good, rational brothers. I ain't hating on nobody else's wisdom, but man, straight up, low key type of brothers, just straight up bringing wisdom. Hey, man, I appreciate the show, man. Love
man, thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. How about Shay? Anything you want to add in closing, brother Shay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just want to let your viewers know I'm running for mayor of Denver, Colorado. Everybody in Denver, Colorado, make sure that have them support me in this race. The election is in April of 2020, and mayor campaign underway. I'll put the link in the internet connection out. So thank you for having me on. Like your show, and back on.
Brother, I would like you to email me, bro, so we can talk about your campaign if that's possible.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
TahakaBay@gmail.com or TahakaBay@Yahoo. I would love to hear about your campaign strategy, brother. And help push.
Email on this.
Soon as he say he running for office, boy, they chopped him up. Boy, that European dangerous, boy. Mm-hmm. Look, and then he dropped off.
Oh man,
that European is dangerous.
Dominance and shot. He said, no.
Dang. So what's up next for you, Khalif? I hope you emailed. Did you email me yet, bro? I'm coming up, bro.
I just wrote your email down.
Yeah, I'm coming up, and we're gonna sit down because some of these talks need to be close up and in person, just like my brother just said, you know, the show can go further. And I already know that. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? These people talk crazy, man. I do 100 shows on you. I don't care. I got a job. I don't do this thing for money. You know what I'm saying? I for real, I really work with these hands right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm trying to do something for money, but I do think it's time to shift gears and get into some of these conversations that people love to hear my perspective on. So let's move into it. You follow me? So email me, brother. I'm gonna come sit down with you, brother. Anything you want to say in closing?
Yeah, now we definitely gonna build. And just in closing, man, when it comes down to this reparations thing, man, is reparations over everything. Is reparations over everything. If we don't get reparations, we'll be at a zero wealth by the year 2053, and that was pre-COVID. So I mean, now it's been expedited to at least 2030, 2035. To close that lineage wealth gap, that's anywhere between 14 and 20 trillion dollars, and that's just the start of the conversation. So if anybody really serious about reparations, y'all can follow me on Twitter, facts215_, and we can really build on this thing, because at the end of the day, there's no centralized, neutralized leader. The code is the leader. The idea is the thing that's going to take this thing of ours very far. And it's lineage first. So reparations over everything, and we're gonna keep fighting this fight. If y'all want, get down, what they say back in the day, get down or lay down. You gonna get down, or you just gonna be laid down, or y'all can watch me perform on the bench, or y'all can come join me on the court. But this is what we gotta do for our people by any means.
Circle the block before parking now. An extra cartridge now.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Peace and love, bro.
Most
Man, that
definitely.
was a beautiful show. Beautiful, beautiful show. I hope we could do this again. I'm hoping that I can get the brother regular on the show. When people talk crazy, I can pull up some of them crazy points. You know how when you look up a topic and you see some of the crazy points that people point out, and hey, maybe I can present them to the brother. Maybe one day, what's my brother Tariq Nasheed will come on here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day he'll come on here. You know what I'm saying? He come, maybe he'll come break bread with the little guys. he gets some. I'm gonna put the tethers on him though. I'm gonna have tethers on standby. Yes, indeed. Thank you, family. Yasmin, thank you for joining me, sis. Miss Love, yes. She was like, at Yas. But I said, Yas. Yas. Elwin, man, you be giving me a hard time to go, bro. I hope we good. Or is that LL? Abazu, shout out to y'all. Sister Dandy in the building. Thanks, everybody, man, for joining me tonight. And again, we're going to cover more dynamic topics, because how often should we be exposing these frauds? At some point, some people going to have to bite the dust from following these frauds, like Malik Zulu Shabazz and all of these frauds running around chasing cameras. At some point, those who think that that's a legitimate path for liberation, they might have to bite the dust and learn. We have already put the information out. If you want to buy CMOS from somebody cooking it on a dirty stove like Stinky Inky, then go ahead, take your chances. I done did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I done did what I had to do. We're going to still keep an eye on you. We're going to still move to be live at certain locations when these fools like Grandmaster Jay have to go through the thing. But at some point, I mean, these people need to fall on their face, man. I done put all the information out. It's thousands and thousands of views on the videos about these frauds. Now, if these frauds can fraud you again today, then you got a problem. It is what it is. That's right. I mean, so if you want to go buy some dirty CMOS, go ahead. Go ahead. Matter of fact, go to the most polluted ocean where you live at and just get some dirty, funky seaweed where people pee in the water. If that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to keep on trying to warn you. I warned you. It is what it is. I mean, unless he come again and get a big following. Watch out! That is pea-weed. That ain't seaweed. That's pea-weed. Don't drink it. Appreciate y'all, family. I see y'all on Sunday and definitely Tuesday. But if that brother Supreme Clientele, if he think he gonna debate me on Tuesday, I'm telling you, I'm going to embarrass him. I'm going to drag him like no other. I'm going to drag him. And I'm gonna tell you, the way I debate to win. When I think that you coming for Moorish, I'm coming for blood, metaphorically, allegorically, but literally coming for blood on this thing. I'm telling you, I'm going to show, because Moorish science to me is a lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? And when you come for my lifestyle, I got to come for yours. So I'm telling you, I'm pulling out all the stops that brother try to make me. You ain't nobody, buddy. So Supreme Clientele, be careful what you ask for. I'm 20 for 20 on the debate tip. I mean, I'm 20 for 20. I'm 20 for 20. I ain't lose yet. You know, Eric Muhammad from a faction of the Nation of Islam tried to debate me. Go look up the video. You'll see how I get down. And I don't do no slander. I'm all facts. Bam, bam, bam. Until you just go to sleep. I mean, it is. It's about the U.S. flag. Absolutely. But in the process, in my debate, I'm going to show how anybody that try to talk slick about somebody have the flag in their yard, have the flag at their job or whatever, that they're hypocrites. Unless you expatriate, you are a hypocrite. You know what expatriate means? That means you don't support nothing of the United States. Nothing. And you go and you put in some paperwork. You don't just leave the country. Nope. You can pay $2,500 and you can expatriate. And therefore you won't be a citizen. So when one say they not a citizen, that's not true. Not to be a citizen of the United States of America, you have to expatriate. Or by default, you are a citizen. Unless you are an immigrant who, you know what I'm saying? But if you're born here, you are considered a citizen. And if you don't expatriate and talking slick, you just talking. I mean, that's right. With that being said, we're closing the portal. Great show. Thank you for all my people that chimed in. Great show. I'm gonna start trolling so we can get some of these intelligent people on the panel. Get my brother Cryptonomics on here a couple of times so he can turn up on somebody. Because he don't take no shorts. Peace and love, family. Have a great night. See y'all on Sunday.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the